Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? I'm sorry that we started a little bit too late. I was just rushing.
Hold on. I can't even hear you guys. Hold on.
We can hear you. We can hear you fine. Sorry, guys. I'm just starting late. I just got through the front door a couple of minutes ago, so I've been fighting to get back to make sure that I caught the game. How are you guys doing? Today is going to be a blessed day. We've got the Man City Arsenal live watch along. Want to welcome Bertrand with his new birthday present. Somebody bought him an Arsenal top.
Yeah. It's about time. It took 4 weeks to get here from the company I bought it from in England. It's four weeks. In fact, it probably was more like 6 weeks actually. Sometime in early September. So, but it's here. So I'm ready for today's game. I don't like my midfield, but I'm ready for the game. I thought we should have played Partey and Lenny with Ceballos. I think we won the last time utilizing Ceballos and Xhaka, but we've passed Xhaka now. I mean, he should be on the bench.
So before we go to Neomis, who looks like he's having some audio problem, Kurt, what's going on, Kurt? Kurt is saying very quickly dropped in to say hi. Unfortunately, he's at work. That's okay, man. We'll keep you posted on what's going on. If you tune in now and then, we'll keep you posted. And also, what's going on to everybody on Facebook? Big Boatia to everybody on Facebook. Cool K, what's up, bro? Purple in the house. Oh, yeah, and don't forget to give you a like, my friend. Neomis, man, you looking forward to today?
Sort of. We've done all the right things, but it's Man City. I'm sorry. I know everyone is being really positive, and maybe because we haven't played in a while I'm not really thinking with my heart first, because my heart is saying like we're gonna win. We just have to remember it's Man City, but it's gonna be a close one. So I'm gonna go with a draw in this game, but it's gonna be a tough one.
I think that might be the smart thing to do, because most of us went for a 2-1 win. I went for a 2-1 win. Aubameyang's actually playing as an anchorman up front. But why don't we just have a look at the team sheet first before I go into anything? And so, guys, we know about Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne has been involved in 7 goals in his last 8 Premiership starts against Arsenal. Kevin De Bruyne against Arsenal in his last 8 games has scored 5 goals and had 2 assists. And he's not there today. So that is a big reason why most of the fans are saying we're going to turn them over, because Man City are going to lack creativity. For Arsenal, we're going with Leno at the back. We're going with a back 4 of Holding, Gabriel in the middle, and Tierney and Bellerin on the flanks, left back and right back. We're going with Ceballos and Xhaka in the midfield with Saka. So that's our 3 in the midfield. And we're going with Willian on the right, Pepe on the left, and Aubameyang in the middle. Bertram, let me know your thoughts about that.
I think it's our weakest midfield, frankly. I'm not sure we should still be playing 3 at the back. I don't think it makes us a better attacking team. I think it makes obviously a more defensive team. We're playing counter-attacking football. I think we should play a Nene beside Partey, Ceballos in front of those 2, play the back 4 with what we have today. And I like the front 3, actually. I think it's a right front 3. I think what Arteta may be thinking is that he probably watched the Leicester game. He watched how slow City's centre backs are. He also saw how high they play. And with Aubameyang's speed and his ability to stay onside, because he does run across versus run direct, then he can get behind the defense. So I'm assuming that's his perspective in terms of making a decision about Aubameyang playing through the middle. And you need to stretch City out, because when they press really high, it makes it very, very difficult.
Oh, hold on. Somebody's the guys in the chat are saying that
somebody's injured.
Yeah, Purple saying that Holding is injured in the warm-up and Louise is coming in.
Oh no!
So we need to get a confirmation on that.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, so going straight into it at the moment, Man City are winless in their last 2 league games. Yeah, and we just need to get some confirmation. Yes, it's confirmed. Rob Holding has picked up a hamstring injury in the warm-up and will be replaced by David Luiz. So that changes things slightly. I mean, most people were going to thought Luiz were going to play anyway. But the fact of the matter is David Luiz isn't that adept in a 4. So does that mean we switch to a 3 at the back?
I hope so. I think for me, I think that's the best course of action. I do not like seeing David Luiz in a back 4. I don't think it's his forte. If we change it to a back 3, which I'm watching Sky Sports now to see that, yes, it looks like we've changed to a back 3 with Luiz, Gabriel, and Tierney are playing in defense. In midfield, it looks like they're gonna just about to change that up, and I think that's the best course of action. Play a 3 at the back.
Yeah.
And stick to what you know.
Yeah, so it looks like we are changing from a 3 at the back as far as what being said at the moment, Bertram. I'm just going to try and see if I can pick
David Luiz can't play on the right of the back 3. Yeah. He can only play in the middle.
Agreed. Right, let's just.
So now we're going what, 4-3-3?
No, we're going back to 3-4-3. It looks like because of the injury.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just trying to see if I can pick up a stream here.
So is Gabriel playing right or left of David?
It looks like he's playing center.
And
Really?
David playing right? I don't see David as a right.
Yeah, at least that's how Sky Sports had it. David was more on the right, whilst Gabriel was center and Tierney was left.
Right.
Tierney was playing left, but I'm a little bit surprised that
It looks like it's almost a complete swap for Holding, because normally Holding plays that right side.
Yeah.
Right. Let's just see if we can get a feed of the game. Let's see if we can get a feed.
Let's take the positive out of this, maybe, which is at least we have 3 people in the back who can pass, because Holding is not a good passer. But we have one error-prone center half who we know is going to make some calamitous mistake. It's only when and how calamitous and what the nature of the calamity in terms of the severity of it.
But
we're getting ready to kick off now. Go on, I'm going, mate.
What I was going to say is, again, I'm surprised to see Granit Xhaka in the starting 11. I thought after the last game that we had, El Nene was just brilliant. I expected to see El Nene start. Partey I could understand, and I think that's just because of probably at least getting used to the tactics and the fact that he played in midweek. But I expect Partey to be on the pitch at some point later on.
Yeah, and if he wants a balanced team where he's trying to get Saka on the field because he wants that offensive put from Saka, I still don't see why he wants to play a very slow Xhaka in the middle of the park. I mean, I just don't see Xhaka.
I mean, even now, the game is starting and Xhaka still isn't getting back in enough time.
Well, the game started. It hasn't started here yet. I don't know why we're advertising here.
Yeah, we've just started on my end. We've just started on my end.
I'm supposed to be ahead of a part, but behind. I don't know what they're doing here.
Yeah, we're supposed to be. I'm just trying to get pick up 2 different streams so I can keep ahead of time.
They're probably delaying here so they can advertise their crap.
Vincey, what's going on?
Oh, you know what happened? I messed up. They switched channels on me. Uh-oh. It's on NBC. They switched channels on me. Okay, I was wondering about this. Okay, so they switched channels. Okay, so the game has started.
So Mahrez has just had a quick shot on goal, guys. I'll keep you updated in a second. I'm just trying to find my feet at the moment here and get a couple of streams up. So we've gone ahead. Both the match officials obviously need because of the Black Lives Matter against racism. And Man City have the first attack. Sterling rolls the ball in the path of Mahrez, and Mahrez shoots from outside the box, but there's not enough curl on his shot to bring it back onto the target. And Leno looked like he was struggling to get there on that one. But, no danger.
Well, where are you, Apollo? How much time has elapsed?
1 minute, 35 seconds. What is Leno doing? Jesus
All right,
Christ,
relax,
what is Leno
relax,
doing?
relax. It's fine. Myself and Neil is ahead of you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry about
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
What on
You're ahead of you.
earth
It's
is
fine.
Leno? Vincey, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, I'm all good, gents. How you doing?
Hey,
Family,
Vincey, how you doing?
how you doing, man? Evening,
Very good.
evening.
Very good.
Good, man. Good to hear. Good to hear. I wasn't expecting Aguero to be back
Neither was
today. And I saw a little tweet about possibly Partey playing. I thought, yeah, maybe we got this. But I've just seen the team sheet, so I'm like,
So weird setup because Williams seems to be in the middle and Alba seems to be on the left. I'm not sure I follow this lineup.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's a weird one.
It's different. Wonder what he's thinking.
I can't figure it out, so I'll let the game evolve and see what happens.
Well, he wanted to go 4 at the back, so at least we can give him that. He did want to try something different, and he can't do that at the moment. It's not worked out for him.
initially, I said the game would be 3-2.
Yes, yeah.
That was my initial response. So,
We're playing confident, though. We're on the ball. We're playing confident, so we'll see what happens.
Purple is saying, Vincey, hi there.
what's going on, sis, sister? What's going on? How you doing?
Cool. And the guys on Facebook, I'm not actually logged into Facebook, so I can't even tell you the guys who haven't logged in what they've been saying. So I know Mark T is normally on there keeping us up to date with what's going on. At the moment, though,
poor control.
My stream is frozen, so I'm not happy about this.
It's counter-attacking football. That's what it looks like. We're gonna draw them in and try to go over the top.
yeah, I'm gonna give up on this app. I just downloaded a new app, and I'm just giving on it. I'm staying with Sky Go. Sky Go, it might have me back about 30 seconds or so, but it's reliable. Because I'm paying for it. CJ, CJ, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, man? Man said NSARS. CJ, what's your prediction? Also, Purple, what's your prediction? Kurt, what's your prediction? Cool K, talk to me, guys. What's going on, man? What are you saying?
You talking to us or are you talking about to the audience?
Everybody, actually. I think I know yours. Mine was 2-1 to Arsenal.
What did I say? I forgot. I'm saying 2-2. I'm saying 2-2.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to change now because I'm not happy with the midfield at all. CJ saying 2-1 to City. Purple saying 2-2. Cool K is saying 2-1 to Arsenal. I'm not happy with the Arsenal midfield at the moment. And you can see from just the way we're starting to play the game, I mean, we're playing out the back crisply enough. We haven't lost possession. Kieran Tierney on a nice little run here.
I'm 4 minutes 44.
You're what?
4 minutes 44.
I'm 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay. What is Naomi's? Naomi's probably about 6 minutes.
I'm coming up to 6 minutes.
Yeah, the thing is, I told you, in my front room, I've got the proper feed in HD. On my television, on my OLED LG television, and I can't watch it because I'm stuck watching it on my Sky Go, which seems to be very, very, very backward and very delayed. He is saying, cracked open a few cold ones. I hear you, bro. My wife offered me a beer, but I decided to go with the Jamaican Grace cherry syrup instead.
Looks like for the next match, we're all going down.
My wife just shouted at me saying, "Do you want that beer?" Not until we score, babe.
You may be waiting for a while.
Hightower's gone for 2-1 to Arsenal. Arsenal's gone for 2-1. Purple. Yeah, we're behind, but that's good because you lot can go crazy and then we can. Man City coming again. Perez on the right. Twisting and turning. Kieran Tierney. He chips the ball in. It comes off Aguero. Man City right now look like they're running things in this game, guys. Arsenal are playing it out the back crisply and neatly, though. There are you heard me go crazy with Bernd Leno there just a few seconds ago. But both teams are trying to just feel each other out, stroking it around the pitch nicely. Arsenal just really not in the game at the moment yet. Not really at the game. Man, I'm really worried about today because expectations was high, and now expectations is low.
I'm high now because we were in the blue kit, so it's hopefully looking for a better performance because I think the kit seriously does make a difference.
I hear you. Purple Guna said, yes, Lisa, I'll have a beer. She's in the kitchen laughing her head off.
One of those virtual beers. Come on, Saka, go behind. Oh, that's a foul, referee. Come on, referee, that's a foul. Sorry, we're a little bit ahead of you.
No, you go. Look, we're here to do commentary, so talk about the game, man. Talk about it. Everyone wants to hear what's going on.
I'll do that for the next play. We're trying to press high up the field. We're doing a good job of pressing high up the field. I think we got to give City some of their own medicine. You can't just lay back and try to counterattack. You got to mix up your coverage.
I didn't like what happened there, though. Merez was slicing and dicing Tierney on the right hand side, drawing Gabriel and Saka towards him as well. Merez is going to be a handful in this game.
You're unbeaten in this kit.
Oh, I just realized. Sorry, guys. Purple Goodness, Michelle, and I should have known that it's my cousin.
You didn't know that?
I know. I'm so naughty. Sorry, my darling. My bad. Oh my God. I should know that. I've known that as well. So my bad. Michelle saying I should change my name. Mad thing. Michelle, is anybody doing the live commentary on Facebook? Let me just check. Let me log on there and just check it myself. Normally,
it's not
Peter
working for us. We're not. They're dominating the ball, and we're just running around like chickens without a head. We have to be close to the player. You got to make a decision. You got to either press or don't press. Don't
and it doesn't look like we're pressing at the moment. It looks like we're bedded in there at the moment.
Hey, you're going to pressure the ball. Come on, pressure the ball and counter quickly. We just won the ball upfield. Xhaka bringing the ball wide. Face it wide to Aubameyang. Being pressured by Kyle Walker. Go back inside to Xhaka. Xhaka to Ceballos. Ceballos is playing well. And now we go straight back to our defense and same boring football. If you have someone on the run, you pressure them. You don't go back and then trying to start over again.
Yeah, it's strange. We're just sitting off them and we're not pressing them.
Are we trying to lull them into a counter attack then? I mean, where we could get Ober and Pepe just to really run into space. I mean,
it's not City, man. It's City we're playing. So
I'm going to be honest with you. I think that we are I think we're a bit confused at the moment because we started out to play 4 at the back with Aubameyang at the top, and because we've had to change it to a 3 at the back now, I think it's destabilized the team somewhat. Yeah, I think it slightly destabilized the team at the moment. We just don't know what we're doing. We're in possession, passing it around at the moment. David Luiz is out there on that right. Gabriel's just hit a 50-yard pass, and there's no blue shirt around it for 20 yards. I don't know what Gabriel was thinking.
I'm not sure what he was thinking either. Maybe expect Aubameyang to go behind the defense, as we normally try to get him over the top.
Great defender by Gabriel.
Gabriel is a stallion. So stallion.
Yeah, I mean, the way he was blocked off Aguero like that.
Yeah.
So, seeing David Luiz playing at the back on the right there, haven't really seen that before. Very strange. I mean, it might help him with his passing angles. Willian there getting back defensively to help. So that was what Neomis was just talking about there. Good defensive play by Gabriel.
When you watch the direct kicks, you see how small we are. Saka, Morgan, Ake. That's not good. Pepe is so skillful. Foul, referee. Come on, referee. Blow the whistle.
Again, Gabriel getting the clearance. That's it, Pepe.
Oh, wow. We need to settle down quickly. So overall, guys, for me, the front three have been very flat over the last few games. And I want to see the biggest improvement in that area. We need to see our more from our front three. It's been too static, very little movement between them in the last previous games. This is the team that we wanted. We wanted Pepe and Willian on the flanks to create for Aubameyang. Now we've got that. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, send it.
Come on, referee. It's a yellow card, referee. Saka just got fouled by who fouled him?
Was it Rodrigo, I think?
Yeah, Rodrigo, and he got a yellow card, which is good. Early in the game, I think Saka's going to give him a hard time today because Saka is holding the ball when he gets it. He's not just playing a quick pass. So you have to win the ball off him or foul him. So it's a good thing Rodrigo has a foul. So now he has to play much more tentatively, which hopefully will give him more room to maneuver.
That's where we want.
Oh, sorry, Rodri, his name.
Yeah. That's where we want Pepe on that left-hand side. Even if he picks it up deep, he's dribbling, he keeps hold of it. Once he gets himself,
I want Pepe in the middle. When he turns, he has the goal facing him versus.
So okay, so right, who got the yellow card?
Rodrigo.
Rodri.
What's it? Is it Rodrigo?
It's Rodri.
Right. So yeah, it's Rodri. So guys, Rodri drags back Saka, goes into the referee's notebook. But 2 minutes before that, Mahrez did the same thing on Pepe and wasn't booked for it.
Yeah, because it's normally when you do it on another team's area, you don't really get booked for that, right? Normally you do it if you're trying to attack and they stop the play. That's how I think referee rationalized making that decision.
Yeah, I mean, for me, they were both on the break. One was on the break on the flank.
He was starting on his 18 versus in the middle of the field. So,
Jesus, what was that? Saka? Was that Xhaka there that just gave the ball away like that? Terrible passing in the midfield by Arsenal. Terrible possessional football.
Aubameyang has to learn to pass. Like he's such a poor passer. Jeez.
But it doesn't matter where he's playing as an anchor man.
No, the game's ahead of you. I'm talking about another play where he just won a ball down the left flank and he made a pass inside to the defense when we were attacking. You're giving the ball away and putting us under pressure.
All Aubameyang's job is to do as that anchor man is to get a couple of touches on the ball and put it into the back of the net. He's not really accounted for any hold-up play or anything. That's well defended by Willian there. That's well defended by Willian. Willian needs a good game today. Aubameyang on the left. Oh, it's poor by Aubameyang. That's poor.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's the play I'm talking about. Get the ball away to the defense when you're attacking. And we're not getting a ton of chances to attack that deep in their area. So you have to make them count. You have to make them count.
I'm a little upset because I thought Mahrez had a tactical foul there and the referee didn't give no yellow. Sterling had a shot blocked.
Oh, that's a foul. There should be a yellow card, referee. That should be a yellow. Foden just foul William. That has to be.
Man City are breaking up our counter attacks with fouls, and they're not getting penalized for it.
Well, that's Pep's strategy, right? Oh, that should be a definite yellow card. He jumped in his ankle. Foden didn't get a yellow because the ref thinks he doesn't play dirty, but that should have been a yellow card.
Wow.
Yeah, that foul on Willian.
Yeah, that's a yellow card. He didn't come close to the ball.
So when Sterling had the shot there from 25 yards, it was actually Xhaka that got the block on that shot.
That's one good thing he did.
What I don't understand is how come we struggle so much to get the ball out of our 18 and they don't struggle when they have it? Because we're not pressing as vociferous as they're pressing. We're pressing lightly. They're pressing really hard.
Yeah.
And that's why they can get away with that. And we are struggling to get out of our own side of the field.
So D is saying we have lack of aggression attackers that can pierce through opposition's defenses and cause them trouble. We have, but Man City are fouling us at every corner. I mean, really, Man City should have 3 yellow cards right now in the game, and they've only got 1. I'm a little perplexed by that.
I think the thing is, when we're coming out from the back, is there's a different skill set with composure on the ball, ability to dribble with the ball, and that's where you see Sterling running with the ball. He can go past a few players through the middle. We don't really have that ability, even though Ceballos is skillful on the ball. He's not dribbling past 2 or 3 players with the ball. And that's just part and parcel of where we are right now within the team.
I mean, look, it's the how hard are you pressing? I'm telling you, because when they're pressing us, they press us with vigor.
Yeah.
Aubameyang, you're just making me so annoyed.
You haven't got the fitness.
He's the worst passer in the Premier League. Now you'll see the next play coming up. He's an atrocious passer. Like, it's really, really bad. The last time Neomis was checking the stat, was it Neomis? No, someone else did. Oh, no, you were checking it when he had like a 44% passing accuracy.
Yeah, it was.
That's people playing bush league football.
Yeah,
like seriously, you're a professional footballer getting paid $350 a year. You can't make a 5-yard pass.
So here's the question:
twice now in the attacking half where we are counter attacking, he's getting the ball away with no pressure.
Yeah, that's true.
Here's the question, Bertram: if Aubameyang's doing that in training, and Arteta's saying we want more from Ozil in training, and you're thinking, well, hold on, if his passing's like this in training and Ozil's passing's better, what really does Ozil need to do to get in the team?
Yeah, I think it's got.
I think the Ozil situation is complicated. It's complicated.
Yeah, it's definitely from up top. I've made a video about it last week and talking about the front office and China and all the stuff. The Muslim
there's a lot of stuff he's got involved with. When you're a footballer, unless you have the stature of LeBron James, you got to be very careful what you say and how you say it.
And then there's the bonuses and incentives for appearances. Everything kind of adds up, and unfortunately, it's not something that the team.
There's bonuses, there's appearances. There is I'm gonna subsidize Gunnasaurus. I'm not taking a pay cut. There's a lot of stuff that you do which irritates management, and at some point they're gonna say, you know what? Is it cost beneficial? Is it worth it for me to deal with you and your baggage versus just cut you? So.
Kieran Tierney's got to do better with the ball there and clearances. Come on, you can't just give it back to the other team.
There's an article in the Express today saying that Arteta's given Ozil 2 months.
To what?
To improve in training.
He's done. It doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, we're seeing what exactly you're saying on the pitch with Aubameyang and the passing, which is a huge factor in build up, and you got somebody in the team who can pass, who just not.
There's some differences, right? There is how much effort you put on the field.
Well, Arsenal guys, Arsenal playing at the back are actually looking quite tidy. They've been able to get behind City's press 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, but there's a difference between I am doing well so far, but I know something's going to happen.
With the cross on the left-hand side, it goes in, but City defend it well. Yeah, go on.
Now, there's a difference between playing out from the back, it's working well so far, but I can see the danger coming and that mistake being made. Versus City has no pressure, 0 pressure, and they just play out that well.
Yeah, this is training ground for City at the moment. Very easy for City to manage in this game. Just was telling you about what happened with Saka. Saka got the ball on the byline on the left-hand side. He took a defender run. He crosses the ball in. He was set up, by the way, by Bellerin. He crosses the ball in, but it was defended well. One of the very few times that Arsenal's really got the ball into the box.
Yeah, our problem is when we get the ball in their third, we're not making that really killer pass. We're making bad passes with no pressure. There's a difference between you under pressure trying to go by someone making a bad pass versus I just make a bad pass because that's who I am, like Abba does.
And you can see the difference in the chances and shots that gets created with when they get behind us, City compared to Arsenal.
This is a game of cat and mouse. Arsenal actually set up really well at the back. It's what they're doing in midfield that's not making us as progressive in attack. We're not utilising the midfielders who are opening up the game for the front three. But the guys in the back four are playing well. They're dealing with the pressure.
Guys in the back, yeah, because David Luiz and Gabriel are good passers, right?
Yeah.
So, like most of Arsenal City games, it's going to be a game of taking your chance.
One love to City. They break the press. City break the press, play the ball to the line, ball to Aguero, went outside to Foden. Foden took a shot, saved by Leno. I think tapped in by, looked like it's Sterling. Yeah, so that's what what I'm talking about, how easy they break our press versus us trying to break their press. And when they have the ball in the last third, they make good passes. They're not doing what Abba does. Yeah, Sterling scored. They're not doing what Abba does by turning the damn ball over with no pressure. That's a problem for us. Not having good passes in the last third of the field.
It's the pace of ball and the direction.
It was on the rebound as well.
That's what really kills us.
I thought Kieran Tierney could have done a little bit better there. They're standing up watching Sterling get on. Sterling is the first one to react to that rebound, and everyone's just standing and watching. I'm looking at Kieran Tierney now.
The midfield needs to change. The midfield needs to change. You break presses with your midfield. You break presses with your midfield, playing through the line. You don't break presses, playing over the top, and give them the ball back. He got it wrong today.
Okay, so it might have been Willian. Willian was the last guy to run in. So Willian, you can see just jogging. He's not really following. Yep, he's not really following. Gabriel's in front of him. Yeah, he's got nobody around him. City are looking for. I mean, I don't want to put that on Leno. Leno pushes it into a danger zone. Everything is wrong on that one, guys.
The midfield's covering that.
Once he pushes it out, there's not much anyone could really do about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people at fault there. Tierney doesn't get.
You have to push wide. As a goalkeeper, your job is to push wide, not push right in front of the play. You got to push it wide.
Tierney doesn't get back. Willian could have run with Sterling. Sterling's got nobody around him. He reacts to it because nobody else could be bothered to even anticipate
Shaka. Shaka took the ball on the right, beat one man, went inside, shot, pushed over the goal by Edison.
If anything midfield, Ceballos, he was trotting back. He could have got back there because there's no way.
And Saka was kind of just jogging back as well.
Yeah, but there's no way Tierney could have got back after that first initial challenge where the ball was moved. And that's, again, when I'm talking about the speed of our play in our midfield, we don't have those players in midfield that will go box to box. They're just not there.
Yeah.
Well, there's one on the bench, but yeah.
Just one player.
Well, okay, so Sky Sports are blaming Leno. They're saying that Leno parries the ball.
He has to push it wide. He has to parry it wide. He can't parry it in front of the goal.
And it sets up Sterling for a tap-in.
I'll tell you what, though, it is refreshing as an Arsenal fan to see the development of Saka right now in his team. You start to think that, of his age, he's really taking his opportunities and advancing his career. And it's, the future is really great for him. Really pleased for him.
So what Vincey's saying there, guys, is a fine response by Arsenal, to be honest. And on Arsenal, Willian with a cross! Oh, and it just goes wide, a header from Pepe. Arsenal, it's a good response from Arsenal at the moment. It was Saka who breezed past Rodri on the left. He entered the box. He shot a nice hard shot towards the top left-hand corner of the net. Edison is forced to tip it over. So it was well played there. Next time we see Willian. Willian picks up the ball on the right, zips in across. Pepe gets ahead to it, but it goes wide of the right side of the post.
Our midfield is all over the place. The ball is coming to the midfield too easily. They got another chance to almost score the game. Our midfield is all over the place.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of.
We're just running around like chickens without a head in the midfield. Then it makes it look like your wing backs are the ones to the problem, but it's a midfield. Xhaka is too slow to play in the midfield. Can't recover when he gets turned. And so what you have is everyone trying to cover, so that everyone's out of position.
You know, if Arsenal won today, they could have gone second in the table.
They're still asleep. That's the problem. They're just lacking energy right now.
Oh, it's a good save. Okay, so Man City nearly go 2-0 up. Mahrez just giving Tierney all kinds of trouble on the right side. Tierney just is struggling. I mean, the ball comes into him. Tierney gets twisted again.
He struggles against skillful forward, just like he did against Salah. That's why you Mahrez over there to cut off whoever danger man is. Tierney doesn't play well against skillful forward.
It's a low shot from Mahrez. Leno gets down with the save, and Mahrez hits another one, and it deflects. Leno actually dealt with the cross there. We don't see him come out and catch much. Pepe's got a quick breakaway here on the right, but it's stopped.
Movement of the ball, that's what it is, guys. You can see the pace is increasing now by City. And that will kill most teams.
Wow. God, if Arsenal won today, they could go second in the table. Oh, it's a good save there from Leno, and also Leno coming out to catch that corner is really good. Let's see what the guys are saying. D is saying a lack of aggressive attackers up front frightens defenses. Every top six side has them, apart from Arsenal.
I think people are missing the game. You're missing the game. The game is in the middle of the park. No, it's the middle of the park. You got to put people in position to be dangerous. It's the middle of the park.
CJ saying Mahrez is ripping us to shreds. Yep, he is. And that's why Maitland-Niles comes in. It was a toss-up. Does Maitland-Niles help you defensively, or can Saka help you offensively? It's a toss-up. And look, Arteta could have gone so many different ways tactically in this game. And then he's had to make changes because of another injury. And then you don't play Partey. El Nene, who's been a rock for you in the midfield, is not even in there. What do you do?
Yeah, I don't understand.
I mean, watching this, I will give credit to the opposing team for how they use the ball. And I think it's the intelligence. We're talking about football IQ. They can suck us in, but they're going to move the ball quickly. So what do? We're attacking, we're pressing, not fast, and we're not moving the ball fast. So we're always going to be in a disadvantage in comparison to the chances that City are going to create with their ball movement and IQ.
So every strategy you employ has deficiency. Every formation you employ, and if you look at the game, City plays a high press, meaning they're in your own half. So if you can get the ball behind them with precision, you can score. That's not what we're not doing. We're playing the ball out, but the ball is not reaching the Pepe.
Yeah,
because we're not playing the ball with precision. So of course they're going to win the ball back from us because they have 11 men, 10 men, all in our players. When we're pressing, we're not pressing that high. There's space between our forwards and our midfield or defense when we press. That's the problem. They don't have those gaps.
He's saying no. He's saying no. Dribblers, Bertram. Dribblers, bro.
Yeah.
Well, dribblers to beat the first initial press, but we don't have that.
Yeah, but having dribblers in the mindset of someone who's defending is going to make you choose how you attack and press that ball. That's when if you look at Mahrez, if he's running at pace with you, he's gone past you. And that's the problem that Tierney's having. He's 1 minute he's going to go up close to him and he beats him, and then it's in his mind he's thinking, okay, I can't go back up close to him again.
Sometimes, Vincent, your cornerback will face a receiver he can't handle, and you just need support from your safety. And right now, Maitland-Niles isn't there. Maitland-Niles is your is your free safety, and your free safety will cover that part of the field that you will struggle with, and at the moment it's not there. A cool case saying no Maitland-Niles and Mahrez showing up makes you wonder. And
so people talk about dribblers right in the midfield. You know what City does? They're not dribbling. They're just turning where the defender is. They know how to drop their shoulder. They know how to turn, and they create space for themselves without dribbling. Or this is a pass, 2 passes ahead.
Sterling is just dribbling past.
That's what I'm saying. That's dribbling. He's keeping.
Yeah, but that's a forward.
Your sound, Bertram. Your sound.
Well, I'm saying they're in the middle of the park now. Okay. Yeah. We just don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, guys, I think I'm going to stay with my early prognosis. I think that Arteta has had that injury and he's had to change the personnel, change the formation, and that, quite frankly, has got rid of...
He had it wrong in the first place, Apollo. He had it wrong in the first place.
No,
he's playing Xhaka and they're not playing in the Alien Party. He had it wrong. He had it wrong.
Yeah.
No excuses. We only lost Holding. We only lost Holding for David Luiz. That's all we lost. Like for like change.
21 now. 21 goal.
Don't say that.
It feels like it's done about 3.
As soon as you say that, that's when the goal start coming.
21 goal.
Someone's saying greetings, or someone is saying how's the game. I don't know who that is because you haven't put a waiver on the Facebook. I can go over to Facebook and take a look on the forum.
The game is
Andrew.
awful.
Okay, it's Andrew. Andrew, Andrew, we started off okay. To be honest, Andrew, we've got no Party in the middle, no El Nene. Those are your 2 defensive players, yeah, and they're both on the bench. So the midfield is, quite frankly, has not been able to deal with anything. Ceballos has been awful, so he's not even got in the game. City don't even have De Bruyne, but they've got no pressure on them. We're not pressing. The tactics are wrong because we're not pressing. We're not putting the heat on them. And this is too easy for Man City. This is a training game for them. We've offered no intensity into the game. We are playing Bamian at the point, but...
Actually, and the other it's fast. It's about it. Apollo, you'll see it in a few.
Oh, God.
In a game like today, we can't have players, attacking players, ball watching in defence.
Somebody's phone is ringing.
Arsenal playing out the back, and they just gave the ball away. This is ridiculous.
It could have quite easily been 2-0 just there. Well done, Leno.
Yes.
Wow.
That can't be
on. If Arsenal keep playing the way how it is, all these predictions about 2-1 and 2-2, it's going to be a 4-5-0.
Yeah.
Neomis, you have to explain to the viewers what's going on because some people haven't got a stream and they're looking at us to see what's happening.
It was embarrassing.
Okay. Yes. Literally, the ball comes in from right to left. Ball comes in, and it's just the defense have and the midfield.
I'm just watching the replay of it now. Great save by Leno. So what happens?
Embarrassing.
So Arsenal tried to play out the back. I just said to Bertram that we were doing really well. Bertram said to me at one point, Apollo, we're gonna mess it up. Well, we messed it up. Arsenal gave the ball away, trying to pass out from the back. Stitchy just pounced on it like a pack of hyenas. The ball went pinging through 3 or 4 passes in the box. Aguero slips the ball through to Foden, who's in on goal, but Leno quickly rushes off his line and sticks out his right foot, makes a crucial block. It's a great save, actually, and stops Arsenal from going 2-0 down. That's
what. So what people don't understand is that look at the game now. When City has the ball, how much time they have on the ball. They don't give us time on the ball. We're giving them time on the ball because we're not organized enough to make sure, you know what, let's spot up. Let's take some time and get our press together. They have time on the ball.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, we don't have.
I'm gonna say this. This is the first time that I've seen Xhaka actually in play something remotely like how he played in Switzerland. Because he got the ball on the box and he had Aguero on him, and normally he would just pass the ball and invite more pressure. He actually held onto the ball, dribbled out, and got the foul. That's what we need from him in that position, because we can't just be giving the ball away cheaply against City. He's got to run with the ball. He's got the ability.
Oh, brilliant pass by Xhaka.
nice.
Yeah, I just don't think. I think that. I think he's tactically inept, and I don't think we're really going to get what we think we're going to get from Xhaka. And I think we've been holding it together with him in there to limit the amount of mistakes he makes. And when he does, and when he makes fewer mistakes, then that's a good game from him.
No, I mean in that position, in that situation, he did the right thing and he ran the ball. Because the problem is we just passing the ball out and then we running out of players to be able to pass too. So he's got to run with the ball. Has to. And it's a cognitive behavioural thing where he's like, okay, you know what? I'm slow. I'm not skillful. I'm just going to pass the ball.
Also have a corner.
If everyone's scared to pass the ball and not run with it, he's inviting pressure.
So, guys, Aubameyang, great run down the left inside of Cancelo. He's picked up by Xhaka. A good ball from Xhaka, but Walker spots a danger and uses his pace to get in there before Aubameyang does. It's a corner to Arsenal. It looks like Willian's going to take it on the left-hand side. Andrew decided to join us on YouTube. What's going on, Andrew, man? Xhaka is playing. Say no more. Totally agree, bro. Totally agree. You leave your best two defensive midfielders on the bench against Manchester City at the Etihad. Let that sink in, everybody.
There was a very good call earlier on that I think CJ just asked what you guys think of Willian. So what do you guys think of Willian?
I think he's a brilliant player. I think he's a fantastic defender. I think he's one of the most creative players in the Premiership, which is why we bought him. 76 chances created last season, double what our leading player had in Pepe. I just think it's taken him time to get in. And when you're playing with Chelsea...
Oh!
Bertram.
Brilliant bit by Arsenal. Ball to Saka. Saka inside to Aubameyang. 1-2 to Saka. To Saka. On goal and hit on the keeper, go over the bar. That should have been 1-1.
Oh,
yes.
my God.
It's his right foot, and he hit the shoulder of Edison. Didn't even save it, actually. It should have been 1-1. Brilliant play.
And you know what? It's that aggression, that want for the ball. That's what we've been missing. Yeah. Tierney to really push forward.
It was Tierney that won the tackle here. Look, it was Tierney that's winning the tackles here.
Tierney is going for captain, future captain.
Oh,
there we
go. Great save. That is a great save.
And that's what it's about. Intent.
It's a great save.
Williams corners. Why is William taking the corner and not Pepe? That makes no. Williams corners are like throwing the ball up in the air. There's no pace on the ball. You can't enter the goal anyway. Pepe is a brilliant takeoff corners. I mean, didn't do so the last game he played. He played against what was it?
That's
Liverpool.
A great save by Edison. It comes off his shoulder.
Yeah.
It's a great save. Comes
off.
See,
we start to press higher. Come on, Xhaka. Oh, he's offside.
Yeah, so I was saying, Vincey, it's just going to take Willian a little bit of time. Just going to take him time. When you go from playing with guys for 5-6 years and you know how they run, how they press, and
he wasn't offside.
No, I don't think he was.
He wasn't offside.
Yeah,
he just missed that. He didn't score. That's all it is.
Yeah, it came off his shoulder. Andrew, it was.
He
was back in training.
There's another play subsequent to that where Abba got through on goal and hit the ball on the keeper. The linesman waves offside, but it wasn't offside.
Oh.
At least when I looked at the replay, it didn't seem that way. So our press is now much more aggressive. That's what I was talking about. The press is now much more aggressive, much more direct.
Yeah,
and now City's having problems getting out. Now, if they break it, we may be in trouble. But it's a much more aggressive press.
Guys, Edison's looking fantastic back there, by the way. But Arsenal have decided that the best form of defense is attack. Tierney and Saka combining on the left, where Saka just has absolutely pulls off a brilliant save from Edison. Arsenal should have been 1-1, drawed, and then Aubameyang gets through beyond the back line. He's not offside, even though the flag goes up. VAR would have rescued them on that. And Edison makes another. Mind you, that was point blank. Went straight at the goalkeeper. But Arsenal really, really pushing the envelope here. Attacking, pressing, looking a little aggressive. Arsenal are challenging for every ball right now. It's good
Yeah,
play.
we got to take our chances. We get them. We can't be getting chances and not taking the chances.
And that's showing you that it's what you do with the ball. It's intent. Yes, there's a difference between ability on a ball between each team. But in the situation, if you go for it, if you're positive, how you use the ball makes a huge difference. And
I think Arteta on the sideline is telling the team to move forward. He's doing what City's doing. He's going to press half the field. We have Gabriel in the back and run people down. You can take more risk with Gabriel. Not necessarily
Aguero trying to put his arms around a female linesman. What is that all about?
Aguero was right, though. He was out of bounds when the ball hit him. I'm not sure if the linesman person realized that.
Guys, Arsenal are finally starting to knock at the door at the moment. That last chance for Aubameyang, by the way, was created by Pepe. Pepe dinked the ball through into the middle, sending Aubameyang through on one-on-one. Pepe, people don't realize how creative Pepe's game is. Pepe is sick.
He's got to get in the game more, though.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a better Willian and you got two of the best creative players there. We just mentioned 40 chances created last season, Pepe, 76 Willian. People can't talk about creativity. You can't talk about not creating chances when we have these two guys on the field.
I am going to reserve my desire to have Willian starting, though, because I just don't think against these top teams, he just doesn't look like he's in the game. He individually as a player, yes, he's great, but I'm not seeing enough to me that warrants him to actually start based on actually his performance. And I know, yes, he's got to grow into the team, but I'm just going to hold it back on Willian right now.
Yeah, I think it's a tough one for Arteta. I think you can't leave somebody that talented out of your team. You're paying him 200 grand a week. He can give you so much more on both sides of the ball, offensively, defensively, and at some point he's going to spring. Look, he had nearly 3 assists in his first game. I think at some point he's going to spring back into life. Today he's had a decent game. It's not been bad. He's had a fair game today so far in the first half. But Tierney is a monster right now.
I think his defensive performances have been called into question a lot. Really,
I think what Tierney's doing is Tierney's just playing aggressive. Tierney's decided, you know what? Throw caution to the wind. I'm just going to play aggressive.
So it looks like guys, Pepe's gone onto the right, and it looks like Saka's gone over to the left-hand side. Willian is picked up that number 10 midfield role at the point, and Aubameyang is still up top. So they're just shifting things around now to try and get some positivity of what's going on at the moment.
I think Partey is coming on second half. I can't see him being on the bench.
Yeah, he's got to come on.
Ceballos has Ceballos actually even touched the ball in the last 20 minutes?
Yeah, he's on the ball now.
Awful first half from Ceballos.
I'm gonna have to believe you, Bertrand, because I ain't seen it yet.
Oh,
yeah.
Just much better.
You're far ahead from me. I don't even see what's going.
Brilliant ball again by Xhaka.
Oh, Saka! Oh,
the ball was kicked out for a corner by the brilliant ball by Saka. By Xhaka, I should say. Xhaka to Saka. That combination seems to be working better.
Bellerin with the Tootsie roll there with his feet.
Well,
apologies, a little bit behind. We have a corner. William with a corner. With a soft corner again. Far post. Got ball dropped to Gabriel, who shot like a defender. He's in the box. He shot and way wide. That was a good chance.
Look at that pass by. Oh, that's fantastic. Saka finding some good positions at the moment. It was Xhaka who was passing the ball. So that's the second good pass I've seen from Xhaka today.
And that's what you need: movement and pass, intent, positive pace.
Oh, that should be a penalty.
It's not a hard game.
I'm hearing Gavin Neville in the background. What they're saying? It's halftime. City is up 1-0.
Our corners have been tall. That's one thing I'm going to say.
Well, I'm saying Pepe's corner is floating in the air. There's no pace in the corner. You give the defense time and the keeper time to get the ball. You have to
Was
give
that
that
penalty?
the ball. That's why Pepper should be. No, it's not penalty. Pepper should be the one taking the corner. This corner is flat.
Yeah,
It comes in hard, and big players like Gabriel and David Luiz can get on the ball.
it should be a
Not
penalty.
sure we have William taking the corners.
Oh God, he kicked him in his face. It should have been a penalty.
Should be a penalty.
They're saying he hand the ball, right?
Okay, guys,
No,
it's
I don't
half time. It's half time. It's Man City 1, Arsenal 0, and Arsenal could be 2-1 up. It could be anywhere right now.
Could be 2-2 because Foden missed a sitter too. So it should have been 2-2.
Hamza with the Scottish flag. It's a great name, great flag. Maybe Celtic could meet Arsenal in the Europa League. I hope so, bro. That would be a really, really nice matchup for them. Andrew's saying it's torture watching someone else viewing the game. It is, bro. It's mad. Yes, Michelle, I definitely agree. They missed the penalty shot there. I think they said it went to VAR, and I'm not sure what they were looking at because for me that was a stone cold penalty. Victor saying Gabriel has been drilled properly. Yeah, I think he's been done properly. He's been playing well for the whole half, but I think that was a stone cold penalty. Andrew saying Bertram Kadeem, who are you hiding from? No, that's his son. I believe his son that's put that on there. Is that right, Bertram?
Yes, it's my son's name.
Yeah, it's his son that's put that on there. Yeah, 2 good chances towards the end of the half and a penalty shout. Arsenal could be 2 or 3-1 up. So I don't think we've got to complain about too much. But again, team sheet was much to be desired. For me, got it wrong. How can you have... Right, you've got your prize 45 million guy. I understand it. Tony alluded to it last week and said he's short, doesn't know the system, yada, yada, yada. All right, maybe I'll give you an arm and a leg for that one. But El Nene has been your rock. He's been your best defensive player in the last 3 games in your midfield, and you leave him on the bench when you go to City.
Andrew Roach, I just sent you a message on Facebook.
Mad.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that Xhaka has played well. Actually, he's made 2 very good passes in the final third. Yeah, very, very good. The one to Saka was a brilliant pass, actually.
Yeah.
No, I think he's playing with more freedom for some reason. He's taking more risk. You have to take
more
risks.
freedom, or he feels like his position's under threat for the first time.
More freedom meaning, you know what? I can only get benched, so I'm just going to play my normal game I play for Switzerland, as Vinci says, which is when he plays for Switzerland, he plays a different game. He's much more authoritarian. It's his team. He's the captain, so he can take risks because he's not going to be taken off the field or be cursed out by fans. When he plays for Arsenal, he's much more reserved.
Well,
but
guys,
I think Ceballos is the disappointment. I haven't seen Ceballos really in the game that much, which maybe because we don't have a lot of possession, but he's not being in the game as you'd expect.
Well,
given his skill set.
Who's next? Is it who's next? It's Neomis. Neomis is next. Neomis, I like what I'm seeing from Saka on the left and Pepe on the right, and then sticking Willian behind those. I think that's a combination that could work. What's your thoughts, Neomis?
I think potentially it could work. I think Saka for me has shown that he's very versatile, that you can play in any position. For me, Pepe has been improving. I still would like him to maybe get to see him more on the left, for him to at least to show the confidence that he showed. I think it was a couple of games ago where he got the opportunity out on the left, and I felt that was his best position. Willian, for me, hasn't been that great, but having him in the number 10 position, maybe he'll get the opportunity to show more what he can do. But for me, Willian has been quite disappointing for the past several games, apart from the first game of the season. But you just have to hope that it all improves.
Yeah, Vinci, Aguero shouldn't be touching a female referee, especially with COVID around.
No, and this is where the referee. At the end of the day, man, ref is gonna. I have to get serious now. I'm gonna be now. Ref needs to step up and stop your foolishness. Get control of the game, man.
Yeah, we're still in this, guys. We're still in this. I like what he's doing with the front three. The basis is right now we have to put our cards on the table. Aubameyang's your best goal scorer, so leave him at the point. Yeah, don't ask him to do nothing else.
Yeah,
but put the ball into the net. Build the creativity around him. Find yourself a number 10 in the pivot that's going to string the game together. Take control of the game by the scruff of the neck. In the last game, Saka was the one who did that. Right now, Saka's on the left, and he's providing creativity and linking up well with Kieran Tierney there. That's working. That's fine. Pepe on the right seems to be getting some supply and support from Bellerin. That's fine as well. Willian is the one that needs to come alive at the number 10, and Aubameyang has to put them chances away. It's as simple as that. Right now, that movement through the middle from Willian to Aubameyang, that's what needs to be fixed. Those are the guys that need to turn up, because everything around them at the moment is working. Oh, look,
I think we should switch.
So what you're saying,
Willian and
now,
Pepe.
Willian's playing.
There's a 10 in the pivot.
He's playing in the pivot.
Yeah,
and Aubameyang's playing up front.
Yeah, Willian's playing right behind Aubameyang.
Okay, I will swap Willian on the left, have Saka on the right, and have Pepe in the middle.
Yes. That's the way it should go.
Because
William doesn't turn the ball over when he plays wide. That's one. And he actually plays good one-on-one. Pepe is very creative. He can drop his shoulder in the middle and create havoc. And he needs to touch the ball more. He's not getting to touch the ball enough because he's isolated. We're not getting the ball to him in dangerous positions. When we get it to him, two defenders are converging on him. He's not doing much. So we have to get it into space where he can touch the ball a lot and be much more creative.
And if you think at Chelsea, Willian on that left, he'll hold that ball and he'll come round in the midfield, or he can for the overlap for the left back coming through. That's his natural game. He's lost right now, absolutely lost.
He's lost. He's not a 10. He's not a 10.
I don't know what they do with him then, because they're trying to shoehorn him into the team, and they realize that Pepe is playing really, really well right now, and they need to figure a way how to get him into the team. So, yeah, it's a tough one, guys. Tough one.
I think he's having the reason you would have Willian in that position is to hold on to the ball and allow the team to come together. But the problem is against City, whenever Willian's getting the ball, he's being pressured so hard. He's not holding on to that ball in the middle. So the ball's just bouncing back.
The thing is, if you want somebody to hold the ball in that number 10, I actually would prefer Pepe there. I think he's far better in that. I personally think if you want to get the best out of Willian, you kind of have to have him in like a free-ish type role whereby he can drift both right, left, maybe come in as the number 10. And I think like if they do that with Aubameyang even potentially freeing up in that free role as well, I think you cause defenses problems because they don't know who to track, and I think that's probably the only way. But right now, everyone has just been static.
Yeah.
Andrew said, "Where did he touch her?" He actually put his arm around her neck and her shoulder. Yeah, he probably shouldn't be. Michelle's just said he shouldn't be touching her at all, which actually, when you consider where COVID is and everything, she's right. She's 100% right. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. And if that was a male referee, would you have done the same thing? I'm not sure.
It's not a COVID. It's not just a COVID issue. You should not be touching her, period.
Yeah.
First of all, you don't touch officials, and second of all, she's a female official. That's like Chippewa. COVID, female official, and she's official. I mean, it's ridiculous that he did that, actually.
Yeah,
that's what he was thinking.
They're really hard in the NBA on that, man. They don't mess around in the NBA with that at all. They tell the players straight away, don't mess with the. And actually, there's a few of the NBA referees, females, that will probably slap them up sideways. So, yeah,
I think we were saying we should switch.
Even COVID, you can't touch them at all. Yes, agreed. Yeah. Agreed.
I mean, we're talking about switching William and Pepe. You could also switch, take William out of the game, put Partey in, and move Ceballos in the 10.
And that right there, as you know, you're talking about Partey's skill set and attack. If you want to play him in at 10, receive the ball, he will drive forward.
Yeah, you can still play him beside Xhaka and move Ceballos in front of the two of them. So Partey's going to go box to box, right? He's going to go. Well, that's why he plays for Atletico, right? He doesn't play the 10 for Atletico. He plays deeper, and he goes through the middle.
No, but he can play. He can play forward in attack. I wouldn't have Ceballos ahead of Partey in that position.
But that's Ceballos' game, though, Vinci. That's why he plays for the under-21 for Spain, right? He doesn't really play. Arteta converted him to a deep midfielder. That's not his natural position.
But the two can all alternate. You know, I mean that's the whole fluidity of the system. That's what at least I hope Arteta is trying to build.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with William, but he's not fitting well. Apart from the first game against Fulham, he's not played well.
You know, I'm going to judge Arteta the same way I judged Unai Emery with his front line. Look, Wenger got it going with Giroud, Walcott, Sanchez, and Ozil. He made that thing tick. Their brothers there, they were singing like canaries. And since then, I haven't seen a front line do that. I ain't seen it. And I'm going to judge you on it because them guys, between them, they had 65 goals. 65. And these guys, look, Lacazette, 60 million. Aubameyang, 60 million. These there, man. Pepe, 72 million.
Because people don't realize, like, look at Warner today, Timo today, when he scored 2 goals, but one he created by himself, by dumbing defender going around it. We don't have that in Abba. I keep telling people this, which is Abba is one-dimensional. He puts the ball in the net, but he's not creating anything for anyone else or for himself, frankly. Yeah, which is very frustrating for supposedly premier forward when you're so one-dimensional.
Bertram, the only reason why I said I wouldn't have Ceballos up front ahead of Partey is because in the final third, I've been disappointed with Ceballos. With his skill set in what he's supposed to be able to do in that situation. So I haven't seen enough to say, you know what, allow him to play forward.
Okay, here we go, guys. Here's the picture. So Gary, it says, should Arsenal have been awarded a penalty? Gary Neville thinks so. Arsenal should have been awarded a penalty before the half. Kyle Walker got away with that. You can see there.
VAR is incompetent anyway. Not VAR. The person running the VAR. We keep saying VAR. It's not a system. It's a person.
If Gabriel had fallen on the floor and covered his face and rolled, that would have been it. Penalty.
And he's Brazilian. Why they do that? He's Brazilian, but he's a stallion. Yeah. He's a big stallion who can't afford to do that. He's not.
Okay, guys. Look, guys. Question. Andrew says, who would you swap for a Man City player? That is easy. Xhaka. Take him. Who would
swap for a Man City player?
Yeah, who would you swap, Bertram?
I would swap Xhaka. I would swap quite a bit of players, actually. I'd want Sterling. I'd want Aguero. I'd want Edison.
No, they can keep on that. Listen, give me Mahrez, because I can play Mahrez anywhere.
De Bruyne for Xhaka. That's the swap.
De Bruyne for Xhaka. Come on, man.
That's the swap. That's the swap.
Look, give them Lacazette, because Lacazette is gonna Aguero's on.
Nobody wants Lacazette. Nobody wants. You can't. It's like Ozil. You can't give him away. Not if you wanted to.
They might want him to replace Aguero.
No. Aguero is a very subtle forward. Look, Laka is a better.
Tony, listen to Tony. Tony's saying I didn't realize. Tony, bro, I'm recovering. I'm in recovery. I'm not going to any games. We're doing all the games live here, Tony. All the games live.
No, you just don't want to come on because Dan Ing scored again today. Listen. And we keep going with you, Tony. He scored a game. It's 6 and 4 in what? 5?
Yeah. Tony's saying, hope you guys are all well. Mr. Bungle in the house. What's going on, my brother? What's going on, Mr. B? Listen, we're on top of the game right now, guys. We finished that half really strong. We should be in the lead. In my opinion, Mahrez has been in superb form, guys. He's been looking like the biggest threat. He's completed all 21 of his passes in today's game. And Tierney, in my opinion, I don't know what you do. I mean, I actually might think about taking William off and putting Niles on. and
So
let
you
Niles
take
fall back a
William
bit.
off, you move Xhaka inside. I mean, Saka inside.
No, you're not. Yeah, I'm moving Ceballos further up the pitch because he's doing nothing there. I'm dropping Niles back. I'm putting Niles on a man. I'm putting Niles on Mraz and letting them deal with Sterling and try to mix it into more of a diamond midfield. You've got to do something.
I don't know if I do that because you know what? It's the same on the left because Foden is getting around, is also having a field day on this side of the field. Right? The two chances created was Foden. Foden created the first goal, and he also should have scored the second one. So Mahrez may look pretty, but he hasn't looked as dangerous as Foden as well.
Mr. Bungle sipping on that rum, bro. I've got my pineapple rum and my coconut rum in the fridge, and I know my wife ain't letting me have access to that because the pineapple rum nearly done. That there rum sip every time Arsenal's playing, man. I'm just come on, you Arsenal. You can do this, man. Come on, second half. Let's go out and take the game to City. We want to see more intensity, more movement, more creativity, and I think if we can do that, we're in there, bro. I think we can still win this game. We said 2-1.
Ooh.
So Campbell also said he thinks it's a penalty. Neither team has come out with a change. Bertram and Neomis need to talk to us right now. What's going on, guys?
Got the ball in midfield. Cross on Aubameyang.
Injury.
Yeah, Pepe. Aubameyang crosses to Pepe, who heads to the goal. Seemed like he got hit by Ake coming down, and I think he's injured his knee, his right knee. Doesn't look good.
Who's that, Pepe?
Yeah, Pepe.
Yeah, Pepe's in the box. He's injured.
Hopefully it's just a jolt because he's looking a little bit lively. So
yeah, it looks like he landed.
Good build up. I think he's gonna be okay. He's too maga to hurt anything. He's too skinny to hurt anything. He doesn't have anything to hurt. He doesn't have anything to hurt. I know why Jacques, like I said, is warming up. He doesn't have anything to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, but look, he's rolling around like somebody shot him, man.
No. He's trying to get a penalty. I bet he gets it.
Stop, drop, and roll. VAR.
His leg looks stiff. Yeah. Like I said,
we don't need Lacko. We need energy. If you need energy, put in Nketiah.
Well, Nketiah's warming up too, so there's a lot of people warming up.
I would definitely get Nketiah on it to put some pressure.
No, he's going to be all right. He's going to be all right. He's going to be all right.
Andrew said El Nene has to be surprised to be benched. Yeah, definitely. Him and me both, man.
Yeah, definitely. Man like El Nene, get him on. Tony score for Southampton.
He's not going to come on now because we need goals. So
hey, listen,
that's a difficult thing when you're in his position.
Andrew saying, Apollo, pineapple rum, who make it? This is a rum that's been sent over to me by my friends from Reunion in Bora Bora. So it's come from all the way where the Maldives is, my friend. It's some legit thing, man. I'll show it to you when I can get it up and running. I'll show it to you in a second, bro. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me just refill my drink.
He's done here, Pep Guardiola, with his defence today. Last season, when Laporte was injured, it just seemed that he was a little more innovative with what he was going to try and do with the defence, but he's done that today without Laporte. Sterling. Quickly, the third didn't put a bit too much on the cross. Sterling bursting into life again. We talked in the first half about how he's become such a prolific goal scorer. How about this for a stat? It's incredible, Martin. You talked about before when he was at Liverpool. I mean, it wasn't a foregone conclusion that he was going to come to City. People at Liverpool would have said, I'm not sure that he's going to become world class and certainly not do what he's done. But under the instruction and guidance of Pep Guardiola,
I'm not sure these stats are right, but they're trying to say that Leno is probably the best Arsenal player on the pitch right now.
Probably has been, or else this game would have been over.
Just ahead of.
Which then tells the whole story. I think Saka has been good actually.
Yeah, just ahead of Saka.
to the point whereby his numbers are
Okay, guys. Why is it always an Arsenal player? Guys, so what's happened to Pepe? Let me just check. Guys, what's happened to Pepe?
He's I think he's back on the pitch.
Okay,
He's
cool.
back on the pitch. I told you, there's nothing to break on that. It's all bones and knees, and he's not going to hurt anything.
Right, so Andrew, let me show you what I'm on about. So this is from Reunion, yeah? And that is the pineapple rum that you see me. You can't buy it in the UK. In fact, you can't buy it in Europe. So that's the pineapple rum that I'm on. And you can see it's nearly finished. So I'm gonna have to get my guy to pick up some more pineapple rum for me when he gets over to Reunion. And once I finish that, this is the coconut. That's the coconut rum. Yeah. You see Bertram there licking his lips. You know Bertram doesn't.
No,
drink.
I don't drink liquor actually, so I wouldn't be licking my lips.
Yeah.
I don't.
You know,
I don't drink any liquor. Never have, never will.
so that's
And
the
if you're willing to make and drink liquor, you can withstand any kind of peer pressure.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. Right, guys, Arsenal have a corner with Willian. And it's good that Pepe's back up. Come on, man. Arsenal have a corner now. Let's see what we can do. The corner wasn't deep enough. I don't know why you've got Willian taking corners. Ooh, was that Tierney? Yeah, it was. Tierney has a go from about 35 yards, and it just looks crazy.
Is that what you call it? A goal? You call it a goal? I'm not sure what it was.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it was.
Tierney just has a shot which drops onto the top of the post, top of the crossbar, and of the net, and the goalkeeper was definitely caught out there. But I don't understand why Pepe is not taking. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why he's not taking all the set pieces. And Mr. Bungle says the Kraken rum is my choice. Ooh. Yeah, Kraken rum. I hear you, bro. I'm hearing you. The thing with this is the thing about pineapple rum is it has to stay in the fridge. You can't drink it room temperature. It's got to be cold. Typical American, I have mine all flooded with ice. I have ice with everything. I have ice. Even now it's cold in London, I still have ice with my drinks. My wife just slapped me up and said I'm not supposed to have ice with the rum. Even though I did put it in there anyway, I know. Vincey, you know what it's like, man.
Yeah, I know. I'd actually put some of that stuff in some cake. Put it in a rum cake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah. Christmas rum cake is coming soon.
Me and my guy was talking about. Look, Kieran Tierney, don't know what he's doing. Did he get a free kick? No, it's a goal kick. Me and my guy, we're into barbecue big time. I put cider on my chicken. I do all put beer on my chicken. But now we started to put rum on our chicken, so I can't wait to see what this rum tastes like when I pour it on the chicken, man. Jeez.
Yeah, man. Season that thing with some rum. Yeah.
Bertram, Andrew's asking a question here.
What's my advice? I'm Jamaican. Figure it out.
Easy. Rated. Easy.
Bertram, you never told me which part of Jamaica you're from.
I'm not from any part. I was born in the UK, but I grew up there. I grew up in a lot of different places. I lived in Kingston, Hanover, St. James, different places.
Oh, Hanover. So that's my side. My parents from Lucy.
Yeah, I went to Rusty's for a couple of years and then Kingston College for a couple of years.
Rusty's, I used to go and see them play, man. I used to go over when I was over there. I used to go and see Rusty's play football.
Yeah, I went there for a couple of years and I went to Kingston College High School for a few years too before I came to the States.
And then Lisa's is all St. Elizabeth. They're all St. Elizabeth
okay.
right now.
Okay.
Red Country, isn't it?
Red Country. Yes. There are a number of people there who you can tell who their ancestors were from. You have to try to figure it out.
Oh God.
That passing is just
Who's
shocking.
just giving the ball away right there? Is that?
Gabriel.
Oh, what was he thinking of?
And that's all. There's no movement. There's no movement for the ball, so he's trying to force it. That's what happened.
Look, man, you know, you can't. We talk about Xhaka giving the ball away, which actually he hasn't really done today. Xhaka's actually played well today. And as I said, he has to, because your position, you've got 4 midfielders that you can choose from now. Kieran Tierney's played better after really being rocked in the first half. It's Man City with possession now. Mahrez has a shot. It's saved by Leno. And this time Leno, which he actually isn't really good at, actually keeps a hand on it. It's pretty routine there from Leno. Arsenal playing cat and mouse now, playing the ball out of the back. And Leno kicks it out of bounds. Poor pass from Leno.
Come on.
Not good distribution there from Leno. Andrew said, Bertram, I had a feeling. You can hear Bertram's got a twang in his voice. You can hear the American, you can hear the Jamaican. It's not like us Brits, where most of our appearances is from the West Indies. And anytime we want to fling some little West Indies on there, we can do it on the switch. It's hard with Americans don't do it very well, but you can hear that Bertram is seasoned. You can feel the grace jerk seasoning in his voice when he talks.
I used to have a northern, you know, I was born in Wolverhampton. I used to have that accent actually. But I gave it up for the Jamaican and then for the I was born in Wolverhampton actually.
Oh damn. Yeah, that's a proper twang they got up here. Andrew is born London, England. Me too, my friend. Me too. Born in Park Royal. Born in Park Royal, raised in Wembley. I lived in Wembley for 30 years. Wembley is my hometown. Stonebridge, Harlesden, St. Raphael's Estates. You guys know the deal. Proper Northwest London thing. For me, guys, Arsenal need to come out with the same intensity that they finished the first half. And I think at the moment the game is just a little topsy-turvy. It's a little slow. You can definitely tell that there's no team really has the momentum at the moment.
Okay.
They are pressing, though.
Yeah, they do a better job of breaking the press than we do. That's part of the challenge. They're comfortable being pressed. We're not.
Creatively, our game's gone into the tank. We seem to be knocking long 40-yard passes into Manchester City centre-backs. That's not going to get it done, guys. We're a little flat at the moment.
I'm looking at the game and I'm wondering, what did we actually work on in training prior?
That's damning. That's damning, actually.
I'm serious. I know it's an international break and stuff, but you know,
it looks like it's still on a break.
We played in semi-final FA Cup. We had a game plan. We all know how City play. And I'm like, we just look so disjointed.
Yeah, there's not really.
Can you do me a favor, Vincey? Can you check what Aubameyang passing stats are?
Vincey,
it has to be negative. It has to be negative.
Oh my God!
And it's not possible to have negative if you're a passer. You can only have to 0, but it has to be negative.
He is awesome. Aubameyang just tried to pass the ball to Pepe.
I'm even worried about.
No, that's not true, Naomi. He tried to pass the ball to the defender, and Pepe almost got in the way.
Bertram, I'm wearing my favorite Arsenal top here, man, and it's not giving me. If we lose today, this thing's going right back up in the attic.
You have to pretend you're back at home. You pretend we're at home. That's the only time we're effective. We don't play well away from home. Pretend you're at home.
So right now, Bertram, Pepe.
Oh, my man's a Tottenham. My man's from down there in the east.
What was Saka thinking about doing? I don't understand that.
Aubameyang has had 16 touches, and his percentage is 55.6, which is the lowest.
And you're a professional footballer.
No, listen, Mahrez in the first half completed all 21 passes.
And Pepe had 19 touches with a pass completion of 66.7.
Yeah.
Willian's the one for me. Both teams are just pinging it around, but there's not really much going on in the game at the moment, guys.
Willian has 100% pass accuracy from 23 touches.
Okay, so that's good. That's better. I did say that he was playing slightly better today.
Wow. I must have seen.
Okay.
We're not touching the ball enough, though. We're not touching the ball enough.
Saka just gave the ball away to the other team there in a really bad spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was looking at, actually.
100% for Willian.
Yeah, I said he's playing better today. He said he's having a decent game. No, so he's having a decent game. D's born and bred in Brixton. Guys, let me know where you are all singing from, man. Where are you all singing from?
Croydon, in it. Croydon Massive. South London, born and bred.
Oh, so here we go, guys. Here we go. And guys, don't forget to hit a like on the video. What's going on now? Yeah, D is born and bred in Brixton. Mr. Bungle is Southampton. Cool K is Harlesden, Willesden. Yeah, we know the deal, bro. We know the deal. And my guy Tony is Northwest London, man. Actually, I don't know where Tony's living now. Bertram, this one's for you, man.
Yeah. Peter, wait. Let me say this, which is okay. So let's say you have 55% pass accuracy. How many of those were dangerous passes? Were you trying to split the defense, or you just can't pass at all? Which is a bad situation. You keep passing the opposing team. I would agree with you that if you're not making dangerous passes as a midfielder, you may not be effective. But I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, true. All right, Kensal Rise, then Neasden, and Watford. I hear you. And Michelle, yeah, Finsbury Park, man. I used to come over and see you guys all the time. D saying Lewisham right now. I hear you, blood. I hear you. That's Jay. That's Jay's area, man.
Yeah.
So, guys, 62 minutes gone in the game, and City are making Arsenal work really hard out of possession. City's not doing anything. City look like they're in second gear. But Arsenal are holding firm at the moment. They haven't let any goals in. City don't look that dangerous. And to me, the better chances have come from Arsenal. The game would be more exciting if it was level, though. I'll give you that. City are almost coaxing Arsenal to come at them. They're like, look, we're already winning. We're leading. So if you want to win this game, you've got to come and attack us. And it doesn't look like Arsenal are really attacking City. It's reverted into, here we are. So the ball is being played 18% in City's half, 48% in the midfield, and the game is being played 33% in Arsenal's half.
Why is William taking all the the corners? He's being awful. He kicks the ball up in the air. It's very soft. We can't attack the ball, and he's still taking all the corners. I don't like the in-game strategy that Arteta is employing. He normally does a better job of changing things up in the game based on what the opponent is doing. He hasn't done that today.
So this is the problem, man. A yellow card, guys, for Cancelo. He brings down Tierney by his Achilles, and he's cautioned. It is a bit of a naughty challenge, to be honest with you.
We have to big up Xhaka today because 34 touches, 100%
100% accuracy.
So Tony,
There-
here's where
there you
100%
go.
makes sense, Tony, because he made dangerous passes, even with 100% passes. He made 2 clear through balls, one to Saka and one to Aubameyang.
Big him
And
up.
he's still doing 100%. So he's
Well,
had a good
Vic-
game.
Well, Bertram and Vinci, all I can say is the night is still young.
We only have
True.
26. We only have 25 minutes and 24 seconds on my clock, plus extra time.
You know,
So City's making a change. Aguero's
Oh, come on.
The young gun is coming on.
City believe this game is over. That's why Aguero's coming off.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
trying to
it's-
lock down the center of the
Yeah.
field.
They're locking down our midfield.
yeah.
Arteta
Gundogan's
has
coming
made
on
one
now
change.
for City
Yep.
to shore up the midfield.
100%.
Good to see David Luiz having a shot from the left-hand side, but it's deflected out for a corner. But Xhaka is penalised for hassling Edison. Really, he backs in on Edison there. And, yeah.
That's a nasty
Aguero's
foul.
walking off with a smile on his face.
That is a dirty foul.
Yeah, that's when you nutmeg players. That's what you do to people nutmeg you. You put them on the ground.
Mad thing. Mad
Ceballos is terrible. You know, another
Mad
one like
thing.
that, and Rodri's going to get sent off.
Well, he probably should have gotten sent off a while ago. He just want to give him the other yellow because he got the first one. Come on, Tierney. Let's go on the wing. Tierney with the ball going on the wing. Good ball into Saka. Saka turns inside.
So, guys, all right, I'm calling it now. I would take off Willian and put on Partey. And what I would do is I would put Ceballos further up the field. Aubameyang still central, but Aubameyang and Ceballos will be able to drift. I think that's what I'll do at the moment. But I would definitely put Partey on.
The subtlety on our pass is so frustrating. We can't make that a subtle pass with that weight that you see Thiago did today for Liverpool. The weight on our pass. We just break his defense down.
Andrew,
And Bellerin doesn't have the deft touch to get Pepe in on goal.
Andrew,
That's
we
what I'm
started
saying.
out. We started out with a 4 at the back, but there was an injury to Holding before the game started. So Luis had to come in, and we reverted to a 3. So we are in a 3-4-3 at the moment. Arsenal in attack. It's all Arsenal at the moment. City are just sitting back, just waiting for us to take the game to them. City are quite happily just to sit back and let us mess up.
I think they're
That's a
getting tired. I
great ball
think
from Willian. Oh, that's a great ball from Willian.
Oh, that should be it. He should be gone, shouldn't he? Saka just got fouled by. Is it? No, it's not Rodrigo. It's Dia. It must be.
Look
Dia.
at that ball from Willian. Brilliant.
I tell you, Bellerin is taking the game, taking the game. City.
It's another
Intelligent
player on the yellow.
running with the ball. Well done. Well done.
Andrew's saying, Neomis, why you just swear? And it says,
I didn't
Xhaka having a good game. Such bad language.
No, I'm been.
Facebook user, who again is hiding from us because they don't want to sign a waiver, says, we can't be losing here every time, for goodness sake. If we lose here today, it is actually a record of 7 losses at a home ground, which no other team has ever done in the history of the game. It will set a new record.
That's Prince.
Oh, it's Prince. Oh, what's
Yeah.
going on, Prince, man? What's
So
going
Arsenal
on,
has a
Prince?
free kick. David Luiz is going to take the free kick. He's lined up. He's doing the David Luiz thing. You know, I think he probably should be Pepe.
Guys, we've got a player in Saka, man. We've got a player, a young player, man. Guys,
And David Luiz does what David Luiz does, because I've never seen him score a free kick, kick the balls over the bar. I don't know why he's taking free kicks when he only looks good. He's not hitting the target.
I just don't know.
He's not hitting the target.
Yeah.
No. Like I said, it's coming on, guys. For William.
Why?
Good change.
Oh, okay.
Good change. He'll hold the ball.
Really?
He'll play the ball between the lines better up top. Hopefully, he can get touches.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm not sold on that change at all, guys. I'm not
do you
sold on
guys
that at all.
see Michael Thomas and Saka?
Huh?
That's a hard one. It's a hard one. Oh no, I see. Yeah, it's a hard one. It's still too early for me. I can't call Saka. What he's bringing is unique. A little bit like Liam Brady, a little bit like not David Rocastle, because Joe Willock was compared to be a young Rocastle, and he has not really developed. There's still plenty of time for Willock.
Yeah.
Saka. Wow. I mean,
the reason why I say with his mobility up and down, how he takes on players, he can shoot.
Yeah, a little bit of Liam Brady, a little bit of Robert Perez. He's not really developed. Still trying to figure his way.
But at the age that he is now, it's like where Michael Thomas was towards the end of his career. Saka,
Michael Thomas was never that skillful, mate. He was a heady player, but Michael Thomas hasn't got the skills that Saka's got.
Partey's warming up.
Saka's skills is off the chart, man. Yeah, I would have brought Partey on. I don't think he was that ineffective, Tony. He definitely wasn't a bright spark, but I think he had a solid game. I think it's definitely a solid game from Willian. But in terms of what we expect from Willian, assists, goals, etc. Not at his level yet.
Wrong position in formation for me with Willian, and you're not going to get the best from him right there against the City team as a number 10, which is not going to happen.
Yeah, Thomas Partey, guys, is warming up, and honestly, I think Arteta got it wrong. You don't go away to the Etihad and leave El Nene and Partey on the bench. I can take Partey. I'll deal with that. But your most solid midfielder in the last 3 games, El Nene, you leave him on the bench. I don't get that one.
Did he play international, El Nene?
Most of them played international. Most of them did.
El Nene,
I believe so, yeah. I believe so. Yeah. To be honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But the thing is, most of them were back in training on Monday. Even Partey was back in training on Monday. So even if they was in internationals, you've got plenty of time to recover. So I'm not really sure about what all that was about. That's why I expected Partey to play today, because he had 2 days to rest, took full training Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So
City hasn't done much in the second half. We got to move the ball quicker between the lines.
There's no urgency in our play whatsoever. No, and City is happy with that. We've been scrappy, slightly less impactful, and we're just not as threatening as we was towards the end of the first half. End of the first half, we could have scored 2 or 3 goals. Yeah, we've just looked flat in the second half. I mean, we've been on top of the game in the second half, no doubt about it, but we ain't really created much. And if you look, we're passing the ball out at the back now. City's not even pressing. I mean, they've got a couple of guys trying to run us down, but there's no urgency from City to apply the kind of pressure they was applying to us in the first half. It's all on us. "73 minutes gone, guys." Saka linking up well with Aubameyang on the left. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, the warning signs are there. The warning signs are there for Ozil. The warning signs are there. The warning signs are there. That's all I'm going to say to you guys, man. Aubameyang signed his 350 grand a week. He has not looked good since he signed the contract. He's not scored. He's not played well. And is he gone back to his old form again, where he doesn't turn up against the big teams? Remember when we had a bet whether Aubameyang would even score a goal against Liverpool, City, and Chelsea, and he did. I mean, he blew up the FA Cup. But since the contract has been signed, he's been nowhere. I mean, he was nowhere last week. He was nowhere the week before that. Today, what has Aubameyang done? He had a chance, 6-yard line, point blank save. Outside
Aubameyang does what he normally does. I'm not sure why anyone is surprised at Aubameyang. He's a goal scorer. That's all he does. He's not a football player, he's a goal scorer. So if he doesn't score a goal, he doesn't play well. It is what it is.
I'm gonna take a leaf out of Tio's book. That's my captain, man. Don't talk about my captain like that.
I saw Theo actually for Southampton. He looked decent.
Yeah. Look, Theo's a decent player, man. It is what it is.
I'm talking about Owens, Terrell.
Oh, Mr. Footballer.
Yeah,
American football.
well, can't be talking about McNamb.
What are Arsenal doing here? I mean, the prize is not losing 7 games in a row at the Etihad. The prize is you were in what, 4th, 5th place? I mean, right now, the intensity level is this win would be so important for Man City because it would move them within 3 points of Liverpool with a game in hand. But for Arsenal, they've had such a good start to the season. And today, look, yeah, if we lose today, guys, it's not a good result. And I'll tell you why. Because we're trying to talk about whether Arteta's fixed the problems in this team. We're trying to talk about the fundamentals in trying to get results away from home, trying to beat the big teams. We did it on the back end of last year, but this year we've lost. We were out. Well, we've lost at Anfield, and we've come away at the Etihad, and we're losing. We have to go away at Old Trafford in a couple of weeks and play Man United. And quite frankly, I expected more from an Arteta well-drilled team. At Anfield, I expected us to play better, and we didn't. I expected us to play better today at the Etihad, and we haven't. And I'm a little disappointed. I got to
City almost scored. They just missed the score. Cancelo just turned Tierney upside out for dinner, lunch, and breakfast. Turned him around about 3 times. Crossed it, and David Luiz almost kicked in an own goal. It's now out for a corner. Tierney needs to watch the ball when he's defending. Don't look for the fakes. Watch the ball. That's all I'll say. You got to watch the ball when you're defending. He looks up in the air, and you're all over the place. That's not how you defend.
Oh, God, Luiz nearly scored an own goal there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Tierney got turned around. If he didn't touch it, I think they would have probably scored, wouldn't they? No, they wouldn't have. He almost scored.
Well, guys, I'm a big fan of Gabriel. We didn't play him against Liverpool. We're playing him today. And Gabriel's, apart from giving away 1 or 2 passes, Gabriel's had a solid game. And you have to wonder, really, he looks like a proper... Man City spent 40 million on Aki, and we get a by far more superior player for nearly half the price of that.
Only one.
Wow.
86.
Vincey, what was that?
Yeah, Gabriel, 86.3% pass accuracy, 58 touches.
Pepe has disappeared in the second half. He had such a strong finish to the first half. He's barely even touched the ball in the second half.
I think players are getting tired. That's why the game will slow down.
Well, then you've got to make some subs, man.
You have Wenger's substitution methodology being employed by Arteta. He subs at about 70th minute, and then he may or may not sub again.
Yeah, I mean, the game is in this half has been really flat. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, this is Lewis Hamilton with 5 laps to go, who's in tire management mode and fuel saving mode. He's done all the work earlier on in the race, and no one's going to catch Lewis. He has a 10-second gap lead in the front, and he's in management mode, and that's what City are doing. City are just managing this game. Arsenal are posing no threat at all in the second half. I don't remember one chance that Arsenal's had where I said that was close. Maybe the Saka one, maybe the early Saka chance. Outside of that, I haven't seen Arsenal threaten them at all in the second half. And this is just too easy. Now, here's Lacazette now. He's actually on the ball. Look at the run by Pepe. Lacazette tries to play an impossible ball through to Pepe. It was never going to get through there. And Arsenal give away possession again.
He didn't look up once to see where Aubameyang was.
I think he looked up. Pepe was making a darting run through to in the slip, but Man City are playing the gaps so well. There's no way. All you've got to do, we talk about gaps, don't we? We're talking about how Ozil defends, where you stand in between opposing players and you can't get the ball.
We now have a free kick in a dangerous position. Aubameyang got fouled outside the box. I hope this is a Pepe kick and not David Luiz. William is not on the field.
Probably going to go with David.
Yeah, go. But David is not on target most. At least Pepe will hit the target. Maybe Aubameyang will take it. David is not on target.
Yeah, the clock is ticking on. I tell you, there's no service for these guys.
I think Pepe is taking it. I think it should be Pepe. But also, Abba's lining it up.
Yep, and guys, if you don't know what D is talking about, we all had a session where we graded how many points we would get in our first 10 games. I said 18. Bertram said 18. La African Guna and Tony both said a 20. Neomis, I can't remember what Neomis said. Ebony, I think Ebony was slightly higher. But yeah, man.
I got
Come on,
20.
Pepe. If you're taking a Pepe, you need a longer run up.
What did you say, Vincent?
I got 20 as well.
So you got 20 as well, yeah?
Oh. You gotta take a longer run up than that. You need to come close to the target. We're awful. We weren't even close to the target. We're way. I mean, make some changes. Come on, get people off the field. Take off Abba. He's not in the game.
This is a really dire performance.
He's taking off Pepe, and Ketty is coming on along with Partey. We're taking off Pepe. I'm not sure what else is coming off. It's an atrocious free kick.
Pepe's got to hit the target, man.
Xhaka is coming off a Partey. Xhaka had a good game, actually.
Yeah, he has.
Xhaka had a good game.
Jake D is saying we are playing so shit. Yeah, in the first half, as it was coming to a close, we were controlling the game. We could have scored 2 or 3 goals. In the second half, mate, we just haven't come out. We just haven't.
Why you put the play on with 8 minutes left in the game and it's supposed to be a big buy? I don't understand that. Might as well not play him at all. I'm not sure what that's about.
Yeah. So Eddie Nketiah is on the field.
He's made 3 passes, all turnovers. I mean,
Thomas Partey
was never the change.
It looks like Ceballos is coming off. No, it's Xhaka's coming off. So Xhaka off. Thomas Partey on. Our new signing is on the field, everybody.
I'm going to give Xhaka a clap, man. I'm clapping Xhaka because he had a good game.
Yeah, he did. He had a good game. Even though I won't clap him because
he's just making up damn numbers. He's
I know.
Yeah. He had a good game, but I'm not going to clap him because he's a son of a bitch. And he swore at me and I haven't forgiven him.
Had a very, very good game. Probably about 97% pass accuracy. Made a few only dangerous passes in the games.
Look at the man clapping like it's an Erica Duke.
I celebrate. I'm very objective. Very objective.
Man's clapping like...
Let's see. Is it party time? Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, let's get this done, man. Let's get this party started, baby. Let's get this party started. How are you gonna play your record signing with 7 minutes left in the game? Jeez, what is going on, man? This is gonna be one of them games that Arteta wishes that he had back.
I think he's the two are two Liverpool and today. He's really messed up with his selection, and Gabriel definitely in the Liverpool game.
Cass is saying, do you guys really rate Pepe?
Yeah.
He can't
He's
play.
worth 70 million, but he's good.
Yeah, I mean, Pepe had 9 assists and 8 goals last season, and he was in and out of the team. He's definitely got the skills to pay the bills. I think it's just a matter of him fitting into Arteta's system. And at the moment, we're struggling to find a place for him in the team. But he's definitely looked lively. He looked really good in the first half. Last few games he's played, he's looked fantastic. When he came on and scored against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup was fantastic. He's a good player. He's, as far as skill levels, he's probably one of the most talented players on the team, but we just have to find a way for him to integrate himself in the team. Ronnie's saying, who's the win? At the moment, it's Man City.
I think
it's a great cross there. Oh, David Luiz.
I think we've got to look at when you look at Pepe.
What a cross from David Luiz.
Pepe can travel. He can travel on the left, he can travel on the right, and he can cause damage. And Saka's probably the only other player right now in our team who's able to do that as well.
What a cross from David Luiz.
So, Pepe, once we played to the right system and used him in the right position, Pepe, he's a player. There's a player in him.
Aubameyang is overpaid.
Oh yeah, we knew that. But
way overpaid.
But right now, we kind of need him. I mean, I know he hasn't played well in this game, but overall,
overpaid. I mean, he's a one-dimensional footballer.
Yeah,
everybody raves about as if he's the next coming up price or something. I've been saying that for a while.
CJ's hit it right on the head. Leicester were more threatening than us because Leicester was playing with intent. We've got no intent, no urgency, nothing. I've not seen us press City for a sustained amount of time in this game. I've seen it happen in a few patches, but we haven't gone out there aggressively to take the game to them. And I'm disappointed with that because how we beat Man City and how we beat Liverpool on the back end of last year. Oh, look, Man City look like they're going to score. No.
We somehow survived that.
How we beat those teams was where we was aggressive and we attacked those teams. We went to Anfield and we very rarely attacked Liverpool. We didn't really attack them. Today, we haven't attacked Man City. We haven't taken a game to them. And I'm annoyed with it because this is a tactical issue. So why hasn't Arteta come out and been aggressive against this team? And that's why we're not winning, guys. That's why we're not winning. Andrew's just logged off after a little bit of time off, and not much has changed. Second half has been diabolical, if I'm honest. Second half has not been good at all. Yeah, I agree with Mr. Bungle. The second half is this is nothing. No intent.
Sterling send Bellerin to the shop to buy something.
Yeah.
Sterling sent Bellerin to the shop. I'm not sure what Bellerin was thinking. You always go to block with the beauty player can cut the ball back. You should always try to block with that perspective in mind. Never sell yourself.
Yeah, the biggest disappointment for me, guys, is what Jake here is talking about. I've made a big issue about Arsenal beating the top teams, Chelsea, Wolves, City, Liverpool, beat all those teams on the back end of last year. But we have not looked at the races against Liverpool. And today, we've not looked at the races again. And we got Man City coming up. We got Leicester coming up. I must say, these two fixtures against City and Liverpool over the last few weeks haven't filled me with a lot of confidence. It really hasn't. It hasn't filled me with a lot of confidence at all.
We have only played one good game all season, and that was against the first game against Fulham.
Yeah.
We didn't look at against West Ham. We should have lost to West Ham, frankly. Sheffield wasn't in the game, and you know what? Liverpool ran the game thoroughly, so we haven't really played well.
Yeah, Cass is saying Saka is way better than Pepe. Yeah, I think everybody knew that last year when we paid £72 million for a player, and then we had one come up who was 18-year-old, who was just lighting it up, man. 14 assists, 3 goals, and he's just getting started. Yeah, look, I'm not gonna lie, man, but it is what it is. I mean, look, Arsenal's pinging the ball. Arsenal, 1-0 down, away from home, are playing the ball around at the back like they're 3-0 up. That sums it up for me, guys.
Well,
I don't think that that's tactics. I just think it's just attitude. Like whatever formation you set up, you should always have the intent to attack and to at least try to score goals, try to create stuff. Like there's only been, I wouldn't even call it patches, just 5-10 minutes here and there where we've, looked like we've had intent throughout the whole game. Apart from that, we've been pretty much poor.
Yeah.
It starts from the team you pick. So blame the manager for that. Didn't pick the right team. Sorry.
I mean, to lose and not even score, yeah, this is poor. This changes everything that I kind of knew about. I was really hopeful for the way how this team was against the top teams, and I've not seen us being aggressive. I've not seen us attack City, and I've seen no improvement on the creative side. Actually, I have in the first half. The creative side looked decent, but I'm disappointed in the result in the display. John is saying, "Come on, City! Come on, City!" City haven't even really been at their best today. City's been in second gear for most of the game. City's just been playing past the parcel in the second half, almost daring us to come at them, and we just have lacked the intent.
Yes. Apollo.
Yo.
Question that Andrew posted in the thread. My answer is
no, I don't think they are, because they proved on the back end of last season that big games isn't the problem. But as I stated before, the tactics were very different on the back end of last season when we won the FA Cup. The tactics, we bullied Liverpool, we bullied Man City, and we nullified those games. We stopped them from playing. What I've seen from Arsenal today and what I saw at Anfield is us not doing that. We've not been aggressive. We've not had any urgency. We haven't stopped those teams playing. And quite frankly, I'm disappointed in Arteta because of that.
I would say that we are intimidated because our use of the ball under pressure against Liverpool was shocking. It was just shocking. And today's been an improvement, but we're still not there yet. So in these games last season, we played in the semi-final, and we grinded out results against Liverpool in the league. This season, right now, we're not. When we've got the ball against these teams, we're not playing our football.
Yeah.
So there is probably something there as to what, at the back of your mind, what you're thinking of as to why you're not going to be aggressive, even you've got a player in front of you to have confidence to take the ball on when you've got open space. You're going to look to lateral pass. There's options where if we move the ball a lot quicker, the team could be in a more advantageous opportunity to create chances. We're not creating quality chances in comparison to City. So I think we are intimidated.
Yeah. Well, the game looks like it's
we're
1 minute left.
We're just not good enough.
Yeah.
Sorry. We play Liverpool, play City, and they play us out the park in both games. City is in cruise control. Yes, it's 1-0, but you know what? They're in cruise control. They've been in before.
Costin is saying, is Pepe overrated? We just had that conversation about 5 minutes ago. He isn't overrated because you can't put a player's transfer fee value on the player itself. You have to look at the player's ability. The player has got a lot of ability. We have to try and find a way to integrate his talent into the team, just in the same way we're trying to do it with Willian. And look, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest as always. It's a work in progress. It was from day one. Arteta barely been here. Half a season he's been here, and there's still a lot of work to do. And they'll get better as the pieces, like Partey, as the pieces start to come together and fill in the blanks and fill in all the weaknesses, it will come together. But what I've seen today was a tactical issue. We just wasn't on the ball. Jake is saying, what's my opinion on Tierney? I like Kieran Tierney. I think he's a heady player. I think he's a consistent player. But today he got roasted, and he's been roasted before. Sarr roasted him. Bertram, who else roasted him?
Today got roasted by Mahrez. He got roasted by Salah. He gets roasted quite a bit, actually. And he needs to be a better one-on-one defender. He's very aggressive. He plays hard. He has a lot of energy, but you got to watch the ball when you're defending. Cancelo today just turned him over twice, because he's not watching the ball. He's playing the man and what the man is doing versus watching the ball.
At the end of the day, defenders go up against quality attacking players, and we also have to give credit to, if they're on their game, it's going to be a handful for them. So. Yeah,
but here's the difference, Vincey. I don't see Gabriel getting roasted by anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the difference.
Because he's a different type of player.
Yeah. Tony says 1-0 loss isn't a disaster. Yeah, it is, because they didn't have their best player in De Bruyne. Aguero wasn't 100% fit. Arsenal was supposed to come in here and make up for the poor performance against Liverpool, and they didn't do that. And quite frankly, I'm perplexed. I'm disappointed, and my expectations of the team has to go down somewhat, because I expected the wins and the intensity and the urgency I saw from Arteta's performances on the back end of last season against big teams, and we haven't seen that, Tony. We haven't seen that. We didn't see it today. We didn't see it at Anfield, and we've got to go to Old Trafford in 2 weeks.
Tony, I'm not sure why we're playing Partey in the 80-something minute. When Thiago came to Liverpool and Henderson got hurt, he played the entire second half. He didn't put on one of his other midfielders. He put on Thiago in that game. So I'm not sure why Partey comes up in 8 minutes. What are you trying to prove? Get him injured? Or are you trying to get something out of the game? He's not a forward. You put on Lacazette, who has no speed, who has no stamina, who's not going to be able to press really high and turn the ball over. You need the ball back to be able to effect something. And you put Lacazette on the field. He had the team wrong. And then he's played wonderful all year. He's playing Ceballos with Xhaka and William. William hasn't played well. I'm a William fan. He probably shouldn't have started. He has only had one game in Fulham. He's been poor since then. So you got to make decisions. And he said he makes decisions based on form. That's why El Nene plays. Well, you know what? Play the form players.
Yeah. Because El Nene's been our most consistent midfielder. And what did you do today? You left him out of the team. Yeah. And the midfield was atrocious in the first, we
were plodding. There was nothing in the game. We were plodding. We're moving the ball, not moving the ball well, not winning the ball back upfield. It's just... And people like Aubameyang, who gets all these laudatory comments and praises, and I've always been shaking my head. No different from what we have with Ozil, sometimes with Sanchez. We go overboard the players, and we don't look holistically at the person and their capabilities. We only look at, so for example, the end product. So when we talk about Ozil, for example, people saying we need Ozil. Whenever he doesn't play, we lose our mind. Whenever he does play, we shake our heads. You can't have it both ways.
And I think that the Ozil boat has sailed, and I just don't know. We have to find. I mean, it was a poor performance. I don't think anyone's even going to get a 6 out of 10. When they're definitely not going to get a 7. That's for sure.
I mean, I watch a game today. Managers do this, right? I watch a game today. Everton versus Liverpool. So in the game, I'm watching the game thinking, why is Ancelotti not changing Gomez? When Liverpool are pressuring, he can't play. He wasn't playing well on the ball. You could see Alan getting into the game because it was very difficult when they started because Liverpool pressed so hard. Alan getting in the game. The rest of the Everton team getting in the game. Gomez getting on the balls, and he's not passing the ball down the line. We're playing high. When he put on Sigurdsson second half, the game changed because Sigurdsson was making the pass on the whole. If you're a manager, and supposed to be a world-class manager, do you need to be in the box to see the entire field and realize what's happening in the game? Gomez was slow. I'm just giving an example of why I frustrated with Arteta today, which is you have to play the players who get the best chance to win. And putting Lacazette on, for example, is not the strategy. I'm sorry. It's just not.
Yeah. I mean, guys, I'm not going to lie. That was borderline awful in terms of the display. A lot of things could have been different. A lot of things could have been different. I mean, look, we're going to do player ratings tomorrow evening. So we can all have the evening off today. I'm not going to keep the stream running for any longer than it needs to be. You know, when we've done well and we've had live game streams, we've gone up to 3.5 hours. So we've only just gone up to 2 hours now. So we'll spend just another 5 or 10 minutes just going through our thoughts. But overall, guys, I'm disappointed with the result. It was borderline awful. And what was awful, as well as the team sheet, the formation, everything was changed at the last minute. So I might give Arteta a bit of blame for that. He had to change it on the fly. You spend all week game planning for a certain specific way to play them. And then 10 minutes before kickoff, you have to change all of that. And I get all that. On the management level, I get it. What I don't understand is how your players have come onto the field and they show no intent, no urgency, no pressing. The things that made you successful against Man City and Liverpool 2 months ago, you haven't done. So how are you able to find success if you're not, you know, first of all, Eddie Nketiah, he was pressing the shit out of them in those previous games. Where has he been? He's not on there. So you haven't got that defender at the top level who's pressing the back line. That's not there. And you're not pressing the back line. So that's the second thing. So you're allowing City to play the ball progressively up the field, do whatever they want without their best player, Kevin De Bruyne. At a time when City are weaker, more fragile in possession, you decide not to press them. That, my friend, is just a recipe.
I don't think it's out of the press. I think, as Mike Tyson always says, everyone has a plan until they get punched, and the plan got out the window. So when you're on the field playing, you realize that is just a better team than we are. They're better coached. They play the ball better. They control the ball better. I don't agree. I don't agree. It's true. Apollo, it's very obvious. When they have the ball, no, Apollo, listen. When they have the ball, we can't pressure them. When we have the ball, we can't keep it.
No, that's not right, Bertram. And I'm just answering your question. You're saying when they have the ball, we can't pressure them. We didn't want to. That's what I've been saying for the last 5 minutes.
There were stages of the game.
Hold on. City in 3 games, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. Leeds should have beaten them. Leicester pulverized them. And you're saying they're a better team. I'm not accepting that, Bertram. I'm not accepting that. If a Leeds team can go in there and fight for 90 minutes and get a point, there was no fight in this Arsenal team whatsoever today, Bertram. No intent.
So think about it this way. So we play Fulham, which is a throwaway game because Fulham's not a good team. We play West Ham. They should have beaten us. There's no dispute about that. We play Liverpool. They played us off the park. We played a very poor Sheffield team who didn't score a goal all season. They scored against us. We played a City team who played us. That are the facts. We're not as good as we think we are because on the back of last season in Community Shield, we look good. Look at the 4 games we have played, and we have 9 points, or 5 games we have played. We beat Fulham, who was atrocious. We beat Sheffield, who didn't score a goal all season, and we just barely beat them, right? We beat West Ham, who was a better team and should have won that game. And City, Liverpool plays at the park, and City just showed us that we're ordinary. So this concept and this perspective that, you know what, we are so much better, maybe we get all the players playing together, maybe we get Partey in the team, we restructure to a 4-3-3, we maybe, but our forward line have major deficiencies. And this is where he only score goals. He only score goals.
And just to tag on to what you're saying, this is where Andrew Roach's point about us being intimidated is a key and a valid stat, because when you are on the ball, okay, when you're intimidated, you're not playing your natural game. And just watching us today, we indecisive. We don't want to press as a team. The confidence, passing it poor. So when you have a positive mindset, we saw in the first half, all of a sudden when we switched into gear, what can happen? So yes, the attributes are there within the team, but the mindset collectively in the players and how they put it apply that in the game is a key factor with this Arsenal team, because we will not see the best of us when we have a negative or a passive mindset to go out against any team. As Bertrand says,
so that's a good point. Yeah, so that's a good point. But my initial point to Bertram, which I don't think he's taken into account, you can't say we're not a good team when we've already displayed on the back end of last season that we were a good team. That Leicester game, that was a 1-1 draw, only because we had a red card. We should have rolled them over in that game. We then went and beat Wolves. We then beat Liverpool. But you can't say we're not a good team. You can't say that, because we've proven that we are. The strong finish.
So here's what we're missing, Apollo.
It's not translated over to this season, Bertram. Doesn't mean we're a bad team.
I said it before. This is going to be the most toughest season in Premier League history.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Everybody has gotten better. So what you finished last season with is a whole different ball game. Look at Leicester game against City. People are missing this. City was dominating the game. It wasn't even close. The game changed when Mendy turned and beat 3 City players attacking him, made it 2 passes to Vardy, and they scored. It changed the entire game. City was dominating and missed numerous chances in the first half. So what about Leeds? City's not as good. Leeds make everybody look bad. Leeds made Liverpool look bad. So you talk about Leeds. We talk about Leeds, right? So Leeds, Liverpool destroyed us. What did Leeds do against Liverpool? They could have gotten a point out of that game. They played Liverpool evenly in this mid-first half to the rest of the game, not necessarily in the first part of the game. So Leeds has demonstrated that they, you're right, in terms of energy, tactics, are competitive.
Did you know that Man City in the last 36 games have had more possession than every other team before they played Leeds? Leeds had 53% possession against Manchester City. Leeds had 7 shots on target. Man City had 2. Leeds should have won that game. And that's Leeds.
But Leeds is not the best one, because Leeds... Go ahead.
Sorry, Vincent.
But looking at that game is how Leeds use the ball. They move the ball quick. Going back to the point, if you want to be honest with Arsenal, you're going to have to go back far as to how quickly we move the ball positively. It's not just at the back of last season. We struggled to move the ball with intent, at pace, and run at teams. We don't do that. And that's always going to cause a problem now with the style of football that's being played, when if you're going sideways to sideways, methodically, you're not going to have as many chances against teams. And, Liverpool were there for the taking, but Leeds displayed organisation. They weren't afraid to go at them, even when they lost goal. They went to the game pack and attacked them.
That's why I said to you, I think that part of the problem in today's game was that we had a game plan. All week we've been working in the film room, working on the practice pitch, and then 10 minutes before the game, bang, that all goes out the window. I said it to you guys before, right on kickoff, I said, that's going to nullify our game plan. And it definitely looked like it. And I'm sitting here now after the game.
I don't see holding. I would agree with that if David Luiz made blunder, but he played the same position. And he
it wasn't, because we had Gabriel, we had David Luiz playing as a right centre back, and instead the whole thing just was completely disorganized. And what it does is it shifts you back. You're supposed to be 4 at the back, by the way, today. Yeah. And you went in with a back 3. So therefore the midfield had to change. We're wondering why we look dysfunctional. And as I said it 3 times already, I think that your tactics that you've worked on for 4 days just went out the window today. And unfortunately, it happens in sports when you have to make last-minute adjustments. I don't know what happened at half-time. I'm really having a go at Arteta today because of the lack of intensity in the game today and the attitude, because he has displayed an ability to dominate teams like this. He's also displayed an ability to go in at halftime and make adjustments. Halftime today, what happened, Vincey? What happened, Bertram? They came out and they laid an egg. It was awful.
Okay, I'm going to ask a question based on not the history of Arsenal Football Club, but the way we are playing right now this season. Not on paper. We had a lot of predictions as to where Arsenal is going to finish. But based on how we've played this season, can you see us consistently getting in the top 4 with performances that we've seen this far? Guys in the chat.
Oh,
so I'll say
That's the reality of what our team is right now. Until we change, I'm not interested in on paper. I want to see what the team does on the pitch. And on the pitch right now, I'm concerned.
Right, so Arteta has to make a few fundamental changes. He has to sort out the Willian problem, number one, because that's causing all kinds of hell. And look, if you drop a player who's making 200 grand a week and it looks bad on you, then you have to take that one on the chin, my friend. Because right now you're forcing him into the team when he's just not materialized yet. Saka, who's come in, looked way better than Willian today. Way better.
Sorry to interrupt, but how many games did Saka have to wait to get into the team?
Oh, quite three or 4 games.
Okay, so that's showing you right now the problem that we're having with forcing players.
You've gone from no options in the midfield to Ceballos, El Nene, Xhaka, and Partey. You've got to stick with a holding midfield of 2 and run with it. Don't chop and change every week. You've got to find a combination that's going to give you the best output that you can. And then if you're up top, in my opinion, for the top midfield guy, you use Saka as your number 10, because I don't think that there's any other way how you're going to get around. Saka, to me, is just making things work. He's just doing everything he's supposed to do. And you tried Willian at the 10 2 weeks ago, it didn't work. You tried him today at the 10, didn't work. You know, you're going to have to make that tough choice on Willian. You're going to have to say, bro, I'm going to have to sit you in this game against Leicester or Man United, because I think you have to look at another avenue. It's not working. And as a manager, you have to keep tinkering with things until you find a winning combination. And he's got that 2 holding midfielders he's got to sort out. You've got the front 3 combination you need to sort out. Not so much front 3, but it's just the cog, the supplier, the instigator, the guy who's making things happen. I mean, I would have liked that to be in Ceballos. He was nowhere today. I don't even think Ceballos knew where he was playing today. But I think that you make Saka that guy. I think you bring Saka in and say, Saka, you're my magic man. You're the guy that's going to pick up the ball from the midfield and alleviate the stress on the forwards and find those channels, play those passes, and set everybody up. I think you give Saka that. I think you have to do that now. I think we've all seen enough of him this season to say he needs to. Everything's got to go through this young kid, because today he was dynamic. He was running into space. His movement was fantastic. He was putting through balls in the slip to Pepe and to Aubameyang. He was running in behind the defense himself, and twice had a go on target. One was a great save, which I actually thought, you know, the goalie was lucky. Ederson, it comes off his high shoulder and then just goes wide by less than a foot. And any other day that would have gone in the back of the net. I think that he's the key right now. I think you got to kind of make things happen through him. At the back, I'm not concerned about what you're doing at the back, because defensively we don't really have a major issue. So, you know, and Pablo Mari's back as well. I don't think you're having any issues at the back. But I think your midfield, you find a combination that works. Parties has to get involved. Your man, your most consistent man in El Nene, who's been doing it for you, you decide to drop him in probably one of the biggest games against a top team away from home. You're never going to have a chance to show what this guy can do, and you blew it. You benched him.
And I think another thing you've got to consider is the League Cup game. Okay, Saka had a really good game against City. Pepe had a good half against City, and today Saka had a good game again against City. Pepe had a good first half.
Aubameyang was missing both times. Willian was missing both times. El Nene was strong in midfield. Ceballos was strong when he came on. And Xhaka today was solid all game. So this is where Arteta's really got to learn from portions of the games when he's played these teams previously and build on it. Because, as you say, Saka, he looks a complete player right now when he's positive against top teams. The key thing is against top teams because we're struggling. We're struggling to have our players perform at the level when we're playing against top teams.
So there are a couple of things. It's not that complex actually. So if you dissect the team holistically, without just about individual players, you got to think about the strategy you employ coupled with individual players and how they contribute to what you're trying to achieve. So if you start from up top, for example, and I keep saying this, and people seem to miss what I'm trying to provide, which is if your passing percentage is 55%, that means you've lost the ball 45%. That means the opposition has the ball to do something with it. So when your left winger, and we're a left dominant team, is losing almost half the ball he has, that's a major problem. You actually need to hide him in the game to make yourself more effective. You got to hide your best player. So what you do, you play him up top. And he plays like Vardy, who really touch the ball. When he touch it, he's in a dangerous situation. You have to put Alba in the best place for him to be successful, because if you haven't touched the ball a lot, you're going to lose the ball. You play Saka out left, because Saka was atrocious when he played on the right, when we tried him last season on the right. He didn't play well there at all. He got bullied for some reason, didn't work in terms of how he plays. Maybe it's how he plays naturally. On the left, he's devastating. You play him on the left, you play Pepe right, you play Aubameyang in the middle. That's your team. Yeah. If William has not played well, you can't force him into the team and he's not played well. Yes. You bring Partey in to sit beside El Nene and you play Ceballos in the 10. Or you switch. I said Pepe should play the 10. He's not playing him there, fine. So you put Ceballos more. If you have three midfielders going to work hard, we're both defensive. Partey is offensive, so is Ceballos, and then it's more defensive. And you play a back four. The way we're doing it today is we look disjointed, disorganized, all over the place. It's not working.
So I just want to pick up on a point that Bertram said previously before, and I know I butted heads with Bertram. Bertram's saying we're just not good enough, and I'm saying that we have displayed that we can be. The reality is, guys, and why I'm so disappointed is because we were so progressive against these teams, and what we've seen so far this season. And remember, it's a matter of 2 months. And what we've seen against Liverpool and Manchester City is very disappointing. Today, we had chances where we could have done really well, and it just didn't fall in our lap today. And that's just unfortunate. But what is the reality is what Bertram talked about. The reality is, guys, is that Manchester City are unbeaten in their last 10 games against Arsenal in the league. Arsenal haven't won in the last 29 league away games against the top six. Let's say that again so we can digest it. Arsenal haven't won away from home in the last 29 games against the top six.
And you're saying we're good enough?
Yes.
You're sad. No, you're not.
Because we showed it on the back end of last year. Listen, I sat down with you.
No, here's where you're wrong. Give me a chance to speak. Here's where you're wrong. Right. So, yes, back in the last season we played well. But here's what we did. You take offensive-minded players, you change them to something which is not their normal tendency, but they try to adapt for you. After a while, you go back to who you are. Your nature is not to sit back and soak up pressure and then attack. We only did that maybe 2-3 years ago when we beat City at the Etihad, maybe 3 in Wenger's time, maybe 4 years ago, whatever time it was. And we had people like what's his name in the midfield, my short Spanish friend.
Not Torreira.
He's playing in Saudi Arabia now. Cazorla. We have players who can be on the ball in the midfield. Even then, we were soaking up pressure. So now we have a more offensive team, and you want us to play the whole season the same way. It's not normal. It's abnormal. Arteta, if you're good enough, here's where you're good enough. You dominate the ball. You dominate teams. When City plays Liverpool, It's almost an even game. Even if it's a 3-0 game, it's still, you say, you know what, City could have won the game, or Liverpool could have won the game. We can't say we dominate any team, even with a good run last season. When Liverpool played us, we beat them, they dominated. We got 2 lucky, bad defensive plays by the goalkeeper, and the center half got hurt today. Right? That's how we won that game. Nelson stole the ball, and so did Lacazette. We didn't dominate Liverpool. Yes, City we played well, but we still were soaking up pressure. So when you dominate teams is when you are equal to them. We're not equal to Man City or Liverpool, so we're not dominant.
And yes, but that's because what I'm saying to you is that we haven't set out to be. There's no intent today to dominate teams.
No,
but if you listen to Arteta talking about his strategy, when the pundits say to Arteta, "What do you want to do? What's your foresight for this team?" Arteta says, "We want to dominate teams," and when he's done that, Bertram, he's been successful. But as you just said, and you're right, I'm not saying you're wrong. As you've just said, when you go back to your innate native style of playing football, you're not good enough. And I think, as I said about Partey and previous other players, and maybe Ceballos to a point, and Gabriel, when you start to replace the pieces with what you want, then you start to make steps to being the team that you want to be. Now, the problem is this team has failed Wenger, failed Emery, failed Ljungberg, and we know they are going to fail Arteta. So it's just a matter of a work in progress. It's frustrating. Yes, I get it. It's frustrating. It is. That's the reality of the world we're living in right now and the team that we support. But it's going to take time in order for us to find this new identity because some of these players that we got are not good enough.
So here's what's frustrating, guys, which is I'm used to Arsenal team creating tons of chances. We used to miss chances galore. You know what? It didn't matter because we go and score some of them. We don't create enough clear-cut chances to make you feel like, you know what, we're always in every single game and we're going to win. So even today, we got a couple chances and Saka could have scored. I don't think it was offside. But what? We got, 3 chances in the game? They had chances
not including a penalty, though, at the end of the first half.
But see, I don't really count those as chances. I just don't. No. I mean, I'm thinking Foden goal to a chance. Foden should score that goal. Foden, in fact, people keep on talking about the made by Leno alone. Bellerin allowed him to come inside. If you were a wing back, you had to force the player to go outside. He cuts the angle because the sideline is your friend. And so the keeper is also there to cut that angle. You let him cut inside, and you know what? Then you have the whole goal to yourself in terms of what you want to do. So their mistakes are, look, players make mistakes. They're not robots. They're going to make mistakes. But we have to look at our team objectively and say, you know what? If I look at how we have played over the last 2 years, frankly, either we're not secure enough defensively, we're not, midfielder who can hold the ball and distribute it and play under pressure. And our forward line, which is supposedly a forward line with exceptional capabilities, if you look at each of these players individually, they have major deficiencies.
Yeah, the most expensive strike force line in the Premiership, 182 million.
And that's how we're bought poorly year after year, and that's why. Now we're doing better, right? Gabriel is a monster. Let's give some credit where it's due. Gabriel to me is a monster in terms
Thomas
of
Partey's a monster.
Well, we gotta see Thomas in the Premier League, so let's give him a chance to demonstrate his capabilities.
Oh, you sound like Ebony now.
No, I want to look. I want
to give him a chance. You got to give him a chance.
I mean, Atletico, he was very, very good at some against Liverpool. Don't get me wrong, but Premier League is a much faster game. It's not as technical as La Liga. So let him soak this up and come in and demonstrate his capabilities. Saliba, I have expectation for. They'd be surprised he's not given a chance, but look, we got to follow what Arteta said. So at least in the middle of the park, defensively, between Partey and Gabriel, we have 2 studs. We got to get players around them. But up front is my concern. Because when you have a 55% passing rate, guys, you got to think about what that means. Any exam you take at 55%, you get an F, frankly. Like 55%, and you're a professional footballer?
I agree. Let's move over to what we some of the guys are saying, and I've said this many times, and you guys have heard me say this every week. Arteta done only been here half a season, and Klopp it took Klopp what 5 4 years to win the Champions League, 5 years to win a title. It took Pep Guardiola. It took him a whole heap of time to fix what he had to. And if you saw the preview, which is on YouTube, which I did last night with Drew from Man City, by the way, big shout out to you, Drew, because I know you're watching this show and you don't want to say nothing, but congratulations on your win today. I posted up a sheet to Drew that showed that Manchester City have spent 400 million in the last 3 years on defenders, and their defense is a shambles. And it just goes to show, look, even money can't fix your problems. It's done fundamentally at the core level. And this team right now with Arsenal, we've only just got started, guys. We've only just got started. Edu joined December. Arteta come in at the end of December, didn't take over until the beginning of January. We're a work in progress, and it's going to take us a little bit of time to fix what's going on. Andrew says, question, do Arsenal have the time and strategy to fully address the issues? Yes, because they are 100% fully behind Edu, and Edu is 100% behind Arteta. The hierarchy is working right now. We have something that is tangible, and it works, and they can work together. So after seeing teams take 3 years and 4 years and 5 years to fix the issues, we can't be expecting the same results after 5-6 months. That's just the reality of it, guys.
Yeah,
that's just the reality of it.
We don't have 5 years though. We've been on
well,
Champions League.
we've been
on the Champions League about 4 years. We have not been in Champions League about 4 years. We don't have 5 years. It's a quick fix.
They're not giving 5 years. When Arteta was questioned last month about this, Bertram, and we did this on the show. We all talked about it on the show. It came up as a question for the panel, and Arteta said, "I can." He said, "I could win the Champions League in 3 to 4 years." Yeah. And then we said, will we even qualify for the Champions League in 3 years? So it's just, look, you have to give yourself a bar, because Jurgen Klopp did it. 4 years, he did it, didn't he? He bought smart, he sold smart, and he did it. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Arteta can get this team to a very competitive point in 3 to 4 years. That's the key. That's the target.
So and here's a problem, Apollo.
We're barely 5%, 10% past that timeline, and we're expecting results against
Apollo. We're playing about £1 million a week. Let me repeat: about £1 million a week for 4 players right now who have major deficiencies and are not producing. Pepe gets in the 150. Like I said, gets about 160. Aubameyang gets 350. William gets 220. I'm not even talking about lazy. It's 350. Almost £1 million a week. That's about 50 million a year. Think about that. Probably about half your wage bill for your 4 players.
I don't think about it. I don't think about it, because I said no. What's the point?
You know why? Because in building your team, if they're not where they need to be, you can't get rid of them. It becomes a problem.
Yes, and it's a problem. We all have identified. Hold on, Vinci, I'll come to you in a second. But at the moment, Arteta and Edu were shoehorned into this situation. They have to manage it. And they have, I wouldn't say managed it to the best of their ability. They did offer Fenerbahce to pay 200 grand of his 350, and Fenerbahce didn't want to do it.
But I'm not talking about lazy.
I'm talking about all the intangibles. Next summer, we are going to be freed up with 34 million in savings from players like Socrates, Klasnach, what's his name, Mustafi, and Ozil. Those 4 players take up 650 grand a week, 34 million a year. That's not including what happens the year after that, when Adidas will pay us more money, Emirates writes more money. So we will get better as it goes on. But what you have to hear, what I'm saying, Bertram Spence, is that this can't be fixed in 3 months, 6 months.
No, but Apollo, that's not my point still. That's not my point.
But what's your point?
Here's the point. If you have 50 mil not producing, and they're going to be here for at least 2 to 3 years, you have a problem.
But they're not going to be here for 2 to 3 years. They're going to be here for...
Wait, I will be here. William will be here. Laka has 2 years left. Pepe has about 3 years left. They're going to be here.
But it's too early to say those guys are not producing. Sorry, Vincey, go on.
We can't wait for everything to click.
Yeah, Vincey, go on.
the problem we have is, okay, and this is a real problem. Many Arsenal fans don't want to acknowledge it, and they don't even want to talk about the Ozil situation. But it is huge because the impact of how you treat Ozil is exactly what's going on with the likes, as Bertrand says, Aubameyang. You have Lacazette, you have Pepe, and now you have Willian. These are senior players on wages, okay, and not performing. If you seriously look at that and you count those 5 players who are not performing, you can't even look on paper and say that this Arsenal team is great because they're not performing. Okay, and that's the impact that happens week in, week out when we are not cohesive. We're not allowing the team to have confidence in building against certain teams. We should not be struggling to get a result against West Ham.
Well, yeah, I mean, try and tell Leicester City and Wolves that because they got annihilated by West Ham. So
I know, but seriously,
I've always been saying West Ham's a good team. So gladly people can see that now.
Yeah, but
we
that's
did
on
well.
I'm talking about that's on the back of a win. And you see, I'm talking about confidence. Each game that we go into, we're supposed to be building confidence. So whilst we're saying, okay, in 3 years' time, we're going to be a Champions League team, we have to get to that stage. And for me, when I'm looking at us play in, week out, I'm not interested about their wages. I'm interested about what you do when you've got the ball at your feet and you have an opposing player in front of you. That's all that matters to me. And when I'm looking at the game, I'm not looking at intelligent football being played. Regardless of if players are being substituted due to bad form or injuries, what do you do when you have the ball at your feet in a situation when you're under pressure, when you're looking to take the game to the opposing team? That's basics as a footballer.
Yes, it is.
And it is concerning for me that from our attacking, you go across the front 3 and in the middle, it's a serious concern because if you're behind, we've got Stallions, you know, you've got El Nene who's standing up, you've got Xhaka. I don't care what anyone has to say, he's standing up now. Okay, you've got Ceballos who's stepping into that midfield. What is going on in our final third? And you've got like a Saka, who's a youth, who's standing tall amongst men.
Yeah. I think that's the reason why I said that holding midfielder is going to be a problem for Arteta. He needs to solve that. And the quicker he solves it, the easier it's going to be on our results, our upcoming results. Now, previously we talked about how difficult October was going to be for us. We alluded to the fact that this was a nightmare month. It was a Halloween month. And going into a schedule with Liverpool, Man City, Leicester, Man United, that is a freaking nightmare. And we didn't expect much. I didn't expect much from it. And we're not getting anything from it at the moment. The Leicester game becomes huge now because Leicester don't really travel away well. They're a very good, solid, rounded team, but they've never beaten us. We've always had the rubber to green against them at the Emirates. The problem for me, where we really have to gauge this team is the Man United Old Trafford, because that's the same old tested formula that we've seen at Anfield a couple of weeks back and today at the Etihad. It's the same tired formula where we haven't gone in and competed, and we'll be heavily judged on that. But it's tough right now, and the schedule certainly isn't favoring us at the moment. But as Bertram has said previously, this is going to be the most competitive Premiership in many years. I strongly believe that. It's a very good statement he's made there, but it's turning out to be 100% true. To go away to West Ham, and when people was complaining about our performance, I was horrified when Arsenal fans said that. I was like, what? Don't you guys know how to win ugly? Winning ugly is part of the game. It shows your resilience. It shows your fortification. It shows your mental toughness and your desire. Now, I would have loved to have seen that today. We didn't see that today. I mean, today was ugly, guys. I don't even know how.
Where are we getting our confidence from? You can't say we're getting the confidence from Partey, who's just come in. We as fans, we have the confidence in Partey, but the players, they haven't got a previous game to build on confidence because we are showing consistency in not taking our chances, not under pressure. We're not performing well, and that's the concern. That's where it's going to probably take a bit of time with him to choose the right players. Because if you think about it, El Nene coming back into the team right now, he is like a new player, but he hasn't really put a foot wrong. And he's going to have to make some serious decisions in that midfield as to how he's going to set the team up right. Because against top teams, we need a player who's going to be intelligent with the ball and has discipline. And against, when you're in a fight, you're going to still need that player to use the ball intelligently. And he's got to pick between Xhaka, Ceballos, Partey, and El Nene.
Yeah, he's got to fix it.
That's as big a challenge as getting the front three right.
Yeah.
So we're 1:55, 1 minute 55 seconds in the Man U game, and Man U's down 1-0. So probably get fired. An own goal by Shaw. Someone took a shot and ricocheted off him, but they're susceptible to the break. So if we can't deal with Man U, then we're going to be challenged.
Well, it's Old Trafford. I mean, this Man United's away today, but it still doesn't make any difference. As I said, look at how Leeds approached the Man City game in 2 weeks ago, and how Arsenal's whole approach.
Leeds is not the benchmark. Leeds make Liverpool look ordinary.
Okay, you can use Leicester. I don't care who you use. It just is not good enough.
But I'm saying that Leeds is not the benchmark, because Leeds just play suicide football. They'll die come mid-season.
So choose Leicester. Take Leicester as the benchmark.
Leicester capitulated to West Ham, so I'm not sure if I can use Leicester.
Hey, man. Let's hear what our guys are saying, man. CJ, no creativity. Dino, this is what makes me laugh about this team. We're still even talking about now no creativity. And actually, if we had scored the Saka goal and Aubameyang had a point-blank chance, that would have been 2 goals. So it's hard for us to say creativity, but we were creating chances. There's no doubt about that.
No, so creativity is not only about chances.
Subjective. It can be subjective.
How do you get to their team's 18 to me and look dangerous? Look like you may score. Look like you may break them down. They got to our 18 with little resistance. Yeah, and then we scramble to block shots and keep them out. We don't do that. We don't walk the ball through the lines and look dangerous.
And the 15 minutes towards the end of the first half, I thought Arsenal looked fantastic. And really, I'm shocked we didn't score. But where was the half-time adjustments from Arteta? What did he say to those guys in the locker room? What type of... And Vincey has talked about confidence. I want to know what Arteta said to them. What did the leaders say? What did Aubameyang say? What did Xhaka say? What did Luis say? What did our leaders say in the locker room at halftime? Because they were so poor. I can't remember them coming out against a top team, Baku, probably Chelsea, and just not playing, not in it, no intensity, no desire to press. I would have put Nketiah on at halftime, to be honest, and I would have just said to him, go at them, run at their midfield, close them down, shut everything down. That's what I would have started with. It just took too long to make changes. How are you going to put your 45 million guy on with 7 minutes left in the game? What did you? And then what? He had enough time to get a yellow card. Thank you very much, Mr. Partey. But then, what's the whole point? Might as well just not played him.
So do you think that Arteta didn't play Nketiah because based on his previous 2 performances when he started up front and he didn't really get
the guy just broke a record for the England national team. You play him. He's fearless. We talk about confidence. You saw what fearlessness does from young players. You saw what Saka did today. Eddie gives you that. Eddie never stops running, regardless of what happens and who you're playing and whatever. Eddie's mindset, his whole demeanor is, I'm going to attack you. I'm never going to stop running. I'm never going to stop coming. And I'm going to run into the box and try and get onto every cross that we saw. 4, 5, 6 balls being played across the box today from Saka and then Pepe, Willian. That cross from David Luiz was amazing, where he just absolutely curls it Who was on the end of it? Nobody.
Mm.
But,
Please
then,
say this.
but the El
Please say
Nene, the El Nene thing is even more striking. The guy has played to a point where you don't drop him, and what do? You drop him. You didn't play Gabriel against Liverpool. There were decisions that have been made at the moment from Arteta, which are just starting to creep through a little bit. And I'm the biggest Arteta fan, but I have to, you know me, I'm humble. When I get it wrong, I get it wrong. But when you got to call a guy out when he's making a mistake, and I think Arteta's starting to make a little bit of mistakes. And fair enough, he's never managed before. He's in his first year as a manager, and you're going to have to take your licks and run with it. And I think Arteta's taken a few licks.
So here's my biggest disappointment. So, I always believe in treating people fairly and being objective. I'm gonna sit on this for a while. So Alba had a 55% passing rate. He's the captain of the team. And if this was Xhaka, if this was Leno, if this was Bellerin, we would kill them. It'd be all over the Twitter. It'd be all over. They'd be destroyed. And yet, you rarely hear anyone say, people like Cubes, for example, and all those guys who love how they now get recognized by having those people have to manage what they say because they want to keep the friendship. They're not going on there berating these players because they like to berate players when they are atrocious in their performance. He has played well against Fulham. He hasn't played well since. Would he ever get benched? So if you're a player on the team and you're looking at your captain playing, stinking up the joint 24/7 in games, he never gets benched. He never gets dropped. It's a double standard. Where are you supposed to be?
And that's what I'm saying about that's the problem with how the Ozil treatment is, because if you look and you see when he does perform with assists, yes, you need somebody to finish them, but he's a top player, world class. But we have our front three who have the ability, who are performing, and the players behind and younger are looking up. That's the dynamics that many fans don't understand can pull a team apart.
Yeah,
it can really pull a team apart because when they want to get their opportunity and they're given, they sometimes then don't play to the tactics of the team because they want to go and shine.
So
and that's why.
Apollo quotes a stat, which is when we had Sanchez, Giroud, and Walcott, and most people didn't rate Walcott or Giroud, and how much goals they have scored in how many years they scored those goals. So compare them to Aubameyang and to Lacazette and to Pepe, who cost much more money, who are probably more highly rated. There is no comparison.
Yeah, there isn't. There really isn't. I've done the math and it doesn't add up. And what makes it worse is, as I said, this is the most expensive strike force in the Premiership. 182 million on Lacazette, Aubameyang, and Pepe. And Willian now is on 220 grand a week. They're not giving you the output that they should be. A team like this should be absolutely terrorizing defenses, and they're not. And that's the reality.
Apollo. That's why you talk about Zaha stats, right? So I'm going to contradict
I'm not even.
here.
Don't talk to me about Zaha. That's a waste. That's a waste thing right now.
Let me make a point, which is this: even though Zaha stats may not be there, at least when he's on the field, you can see him playing.
He don't turn up in enough games.
Apollo. He plays for who does he play for?
I don't care who he plays for. Danny has played for Southampton.
I saw Pepe beat Manu by himself. I saw Zaha destroy Manu. I don't see Alba destroy any team.
Yeah, but what does he do the next week after, the next 2 weeks, or the next 3 weeks after? I see Danny Ings turn up every week.
Well, okay, look, Danny Ings' team, we're missing this, plays pressing football. Let me say this again. Danny Ings will get much ball because you know what? That's how they get destroyed. That's how they give up 5 and 6 goals. They play very high up the field. So we're going to get more chance. What does Palace do? Palace sit.
That's David.
Yeah, David has just creamed it right here. Ozil being frozen out is the biggest. Yeah, that is the definition of cutting your nose off to spite your face.
I don't know about that. If he plays,
you say you don't know about that, but the statistics shows he creates more passes. You go
he's got to go
all the time.
Gotta go. Sorry, don't buy it. He doesn't play away games,
man. And then you bring up a guy like Xhaka who doesn't.
Apollo, let's go there. Oh my God!
And then you bring up a guy like Zaha.
Ozil has played about 80 big games for Arsenal. He hasn't played well in half of them. Let me repeat, and the stats are there. No matter how much chance he creates, he split about 80 between Champions League
These
and
Levins
Premier
are-
League against big teams. Ozil disappears in big games more than he shows up. The only good big game I can remember Ozil playing is when we beat Man U. I think it was 3-1 at home. We destroyed him in the first half, and he was exceptional. Against Bayern, against Monaco, against any other team, Ozil disappears. He doesn't go to Stoke. He doesn't go to Burnley. He has sick. His stomach hurts. He has to use the bathroom. Like guys,
Bertram, I'm not going to push back with you on that because I'm a big Ozil fan. You know how much I love Ozil, but he doesn't turn up in big games. That's just a fact.
Why are we calling for him?
So hold on. So can I ask the question, Bertrand? Then, if he doesn't play away, okay, and he doesn't play in big games, would you still play him at home against teams that aren't big? When we struggle to break down teams, even at home.
So we have to look at our record against.
Listen, the thing is, one of the things that Bertrand forgets is that when Liverpool, what was it, 3 years ago, came to the Emirates and we beat them 4-1, Ozil was the maestro in that game, and his free kick to top it off was absolutely sublime. There's just a fundamental issue with what's going on with Ozil, and I'm only going to say this once, because this counts for a lot of players. When you are confident in a player, and when you show a player confidence, you get the best out of them. Ozil hasn't had that since Wenger left.
The man's been here about, how long has it been, about 5 years?
And lo and behold, his performances have been nowhere.
Wait. So Paulo has to remember a Liverpool game, and I remember a Man U game. We shouldn't be saying that about a player make 350. We should be saying what we said about De Bruyne. When has he ever had a bad game? Not when has he had a good game.
When has he ever had a bad game?
De Bruyne, I'm saying that we said about De Bruyne, which is when has De Bruyne had a bad game? That's what we should be talking about. Ozil, not that.
I know. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I totally. You're not going to get any pushback from me. Oh, look, Ozil right now, gone. He needs to move on. They need to find a workable solution, which they haven't, and we can only put that on the front office. Their job. If this was the NFL, he would have been traded. Okay. Unfortunately, this is the Premier League, and you can't do that.
Okay, but so we know that Ozil plays best when he's got runners with movement. So Ozil doesn't play, but he trains with the team. If you look at how we're playing, we're not having enough runners going diagonal. So you've got to wonder what's actually happening in training is probably exactly what's happening on the pitch. So we're not playing. We won't be able to break down players and use our attacking players' strengths to the best because they're not moving in diagonal. Hold us back this season.
Guys, I'm sorry. I have to interrupt you. I'm watching the Newcastle game, and I'm watching St. Maximum have the ball. That's what I'm talking about, football. And there's 4 players that run it, and they cannot touch the ball. That's what exceptional dribbler. That's what Zaha. That's what I keep telling you. St. Maximum a while ago just destroyed 4 Man U players until they fouled him. They cannot get on the ball. That's what exceptional dribblers do. Not people like Pep who dribble once in a while and he keeps losing the ball, or what Sanchez used to do. So then what happens? The defense comes to you. If you can make a good pass, the field is wide open.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time and talk about Zaha. When a big team comes in for Zaha and buys him, then we'll have a Zaha conversation. I'm not even going
maximum. There are players in the Premier League.
I saw the run.
D's saying, that's exactly my point. I said as soon as when he was playing under Wenger, he was exceptional. As soon as it was Emery and whatever happened after that, Ozil's just been not at the races. And, we have to accept that.
When we handle Wenger, we're leaking goals like a strainer.
Yeah.
We don't care about defense. Yeah, so of course we're going to say we don't care about defense.
Yeah, say hello to Xhaka and Mustafi.
Think about that team. Ramsey never plays defense. Ozil is always not playing defense. You know what we have? 4 defenders, and they say the defense is poor because our midfield didn't play defense.
Yeah.
And that's the structure. That's the structure you need. And it's showing where Saka right now, in structure, is standing tall. Going back to it, how can Saka be standing tall when you have the likes of?
Well, there's one name that hasn't been brought up today who was atrocious today, and I'm not going to talk about Ceballos because we already talked about him. It's Hector Bellerin, and it really hurts me. Where was he today?
No, he wasn't. today.
Oh, he was. You're looking for a guy like him to come in and help the front three and supply.
He did.
You know,
He did.
no, I didn't. No, I thought,
that run that he did, he picked the ball up deep in our in defense, ran through the midfield.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. But you got to play a game of 90 minutes. I just thought he was poor. I thought he was poor today. Andrew's saying, would Jack Grealish make a big difference in this cut? Jack Grealish wouldn't come. Jack Grealish wouldn't come to Arsenal, bro. He wouldn't. Jack Grealish would not come to Arsenal. Jack Grealish right now is in a team that is sitting fourth in the table.
I don't think so.
With probably the best goalie in the league. So Jack Grealish has got himself a partner in crime with Barkley.
Yeah, I don't think Arteta would go for that type of player. I just don't think.
Yeah, you might be right.
In the middle, I just don't think.
He's like Southgate, because Southgate doesn't like him, and he's England's best player as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's like an Ozil. He works more than Ozil, actually. But he's exceptional on the ball, and he can score goals.
Mind you,
he can play in the 10 too.
Mind you, Arteta does like Maddison. I take it back there. He does. He's a big fan of Maddison.
Grealish is better than Maddison.
I know that. You know
Grealish
that.
is an exceptional footballer.
But I think, you guys know what it's like as well. When managers talk about players, they always look at, will they fit into the system? Are they, in the NFL, they say, does he believe in our ethos, our values, and all that other stuff? These guys think about that all the time. Arteta has always said, I don't run people down. People run me down to come and play for Arsenal, yeah? So, and we've known now that they've been talking to Thomas Partey for 2 years. So they've been talking to Aouar for a long time. So these are things where players want to come and play for Arsenal. And I don't think Jack Grealish would come here. That's just my opinion. He wouldn't come here. What's D saying? Apollo is shocking stat that you gave 100. Yeah. The most expensive strike force in the league, mate. And
wow, man, you just scored. Good goal.
And this is the thing: if you can't, this is the problem with Arsenal as a club. Yeah, we bought Ozil and didn't surround him with the players.
Yep,
and we've done it again. We've spent 182 million for that attack, and I don't think we've really supported them. Even though we've got Partey, and it's going to take time, but if this attack does not succeed, we've done it again. We've really done it again.
He's offside.
Bertram, did they score again? I can hear some.
United scored, but it looks offside to me.
Is it going to VAR?
It has to, yeah. It looks offside to me. If they give it to him, it'll be unfair. I think he's offside.
All right, guys. I actually promised you guys after 2 hours and 5 minutes that we weren't going to go to 3 hours. We've got to 3 hours. No, but we've had a good open discussion, and tomorrow we're going to follow this up with player ratings. Vince, you can join us if you want for player ratings if you're free tomorrow. Let me just check my schedule because I have to see what time the Skins are playing. I've been doing.
At some point, you have to say, you know what? They're not going anywhere.
Okay, guys. I'm going to be joined with Bertram tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Bertram, you're going to join me here in the pre-game. We're not going to go on live. We're just going to sit in here and we're going to watch the Redskins.
No. We're not. I go to the gym and work out during that time period. I'm not doing that.
Oh, God. Okay, I can't believe it.
I'm watching my team. I said next year, maybe next year.
Hey, Vincey, talk about the toilet bowl. Giants against the Skins. Oh, my God.
So, guys, I may join you tomorrow, but if you're going to do that the NFL game, I may jump in and watch if you can.
I won't go live. I'll just come in here so that I can talk to you guys about it before we go online. I'm going to be up, so I'll open up the room at 6 o'clock so we can watch the game and see how it goes, and then we'll go on live at 9:05, and we'll do the player ratings, guys, for Arsenal versus Man City. And I'm just going to warn you now, it ain't going to be good. So that's all from me for today, guys. Thank you very much for the panel. Thanks for Neomius, who had to run off because he's got family who's just coming to visit him. A big shout out to Bertram. Bertram, what's your last thoughts of the game today?
My thoughts are we have work to do, a lot of work to do. But I'm optimistic. It's a tough season, and you're going to see a lot of surprising results. We just have to get the midfield situated and get our expensive players to demonstrate that they deserve the compensation they're getting and their price tag.
And Neymar Gonzalez is saying, "Who is Bertram?" Kadeem Bertram. It's probably a friend of yours.
I'm going to change the Kadeem. I'm going to change the Kadeem.
Vincey, what was your last thoughts about today?
A huge positive. You know, if you're going to go away and lose 1-0 against City, it's not a bad result. But considering how we played in large portions, I think that's the concerning factor for me moving forward. But the big positive for me is we really have a player in Xhaka. Xhaka, at such a young age, we really need to find a way that we can get him in the team, imposing his creativity on the game. And I'm also gonna give a clap for Xhaka. Xhaka today, you know what?
Yeah, big time. I think you play him at the number 10 and just build a team around him. I'm done with all of this shit. Arteta's got to think about the future. JK is saying, have you heard about Van Dijk possibly suffered ACL? What the hell, bro?
No, that was a really bad tackle that the goalkeeper did on him. It should have been a red card for the goalkeeper. Pickford should have got a red today. It was a really hard tackle.
1-1.
Oh shit! It says he might be out for the season after ACL.
Not surprised, actually. It was a really bad tackle.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So those of you got him in your dream team, and we did say Liverpool this season injuries because they've been on a relentless pace for 3 seasons now. And they kind of dodged injuries this season. We said they'll struggle, and it's gonna be big for them.
GK, where's your 120, bro? Where do you live? Because my cousin's name is Gary Kerr, and I'm thinking whether it's actually my cousin from Canada who's coming in and sending all these messages. So yeah, that's it from us, guys. Have a great evening. I'm going to spend the rest of the evening with my wife and my son. And I'm going to get up on this pineapple rum right here. Check it out. Reunion. Not available in Europe at all. Vincey's on the water.
Aqua Minerale.
Bertram is on the
water.
Water as well. Water. And that's it, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at 9:05. And let's talk about the player ratings. And bring your A game because it's going to get nasty. That's it. Peace. I'm out, guys. Nice one. Right back at you.